Yes, Chelsea fans, welcome along. It's Southampton versus Chelsea. The quality of the stream doesn't seem too good. I'm looking on the preview. It is not great, is it? Anyway, hopefully it'll sort itself out. How are you all doing? Hopefully you're doing all well and you're looking forward to the game. That's the main thing, that you're looking forward to the game and that Chelsea can capitalise on the win at the weekend. That's what we need. I just need to make sure that the stream is coming through all right. Hold on a second. Let's just have a look on here. Let's turn the sound off. Oh, there you go. It is all right. It's perfect. Cool. Okay, so how are you all? Chelsea against Southampton. A massive, massive game. I've got to keep bumping into my desk. My desk keeps doing that. The Chelsea team. Let's get the Chelsea team up on my screen. The Chelsea team is Mendy in goal. There is a change. We've got Trevor Chalobah out. He's got a knock from the game against Leicester at the weekend. He's out. Reece James is sick. He's out. So the Chelsea team is Mendy in goal. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late on this. Aspie comes into the team from the start as captain, as we all know, and he plays what looks like alongside Thiago Silva and the returning Koulibaly. On the right-hand side of the defence, looks as though it's Loftus-Cheek on the right. In the middle, Jorginho and Mason Mount drops into a deeper line position, Mason Mount, with Hakim Ziyech given the start today as the number 10, up top with Kai Havertz and Raheem Sterling. That's how it looks. And I think that's an exciting team for me. I think that's a really exciting team. On the bench, Kepa, Chilwell, Ampadu, Chukwuemeka, Gilmore, Kovacic, Pulisic, Vale and Broja. I still think Broja needed to have a start. I've got to get a bottle opener. Hold on. Today, of all games, was a chance for Armando Broja to get a start, in my opinion. I think he should have started the game and be given a fair crack at it against the team that he played for last season. Ice Cold, how you doing, mate? Thank you for renewing membership or taking out the membership. Appreciate it. So I hope you're all good. I hope you're all well. Well, there's talk that Ajax have now turned their attention to somebody else rather than Ziyech, and we have to wait and see what's going to happen with Ziyech. But could this be the opportunity for Ziyech to go out there and give a great performance and turn his Chelsea future around, his Chelsea career around? I wonder. Right, streaming. My streaming settings have disappeared. There you go. I don't know what's happened there. I've got no clue why that did that. Anyway, we're back. I'm not using StreamYard. I'm sticking with the old school. The old school way that I used to do the streaming. Had its issues now and again, but hopefully there won't be any. So come and say hello in the chat. Welcome along, every single one of you. Mohammed, Cy Bullet, Ice Cold, Daniel, Mark, how you doing, mate? 2-1 or 3-1. I'll go for a clean sheet tonight, hopefully. Daniel, Mark Apoku's watching from West Africa, Ghana. Welcome along. Len, good to see you as well, mate. Alonso, how are you? Yeah, it has been a bit of a long time, I know. I did do the stream on the weekend against Leicester. No, I didn't. Didn't do that one. I'd done the other one. The stream I did was the Tottenham one. Was it Tottenham? I can't remember what one it was now. When it's live on TV and I'm available, I'll be able to do it. Simple as that. Hopefully you're all good. This is a good game for us tonight. There's other games going on this evening, as we know. Let's have a look at his scores up from the other games as well, to keep an eye on those. And we can keep an eye. So there's early kick-off tonight. There's Crystal Palace and Brentford have already kicked off. And Fulham Brighton. They kicked off at 7:30. And it's 0-0, both games. Two good games there. Palace, Brentford and Fulham v Brighton. We start at 19:45, 7:45. And of course there's a game on later than us. The 8 o'clock kick-off is the one that's the main channel. Is Leeds versus Everton. What a game that is to show. Anyway, John, good to see you in, mate. Good to see you. So, I'm excited about this game. I think we got every single opportunity to give a good performance. That back three looks solid enough to me. Aspi, Thiago Silva and Koulibally. Good to see Koulibally back in. And hopefully no more misdemeanours like he did against Leeds. That was just ridiculous. Stupid red cards. Like, stupid 2 yellow cards is just ridiculous. Anyway, that was the game I did commentary on. Leeds game. Midfield 4. Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho, Mount and... Who's on the left-hand side? I've missed Cucurella. Cucurella's in there as well. I'm going to remove that message. So Cucurella's playing as well. So Chilwell's on the bench again. I think we're going to win this, and I think we're going to win it by 3. This is a good game for us. Really good game for us. Moses, why is Tuchel benching Chilwell and Kovacic? Kovacic is not fully fit. And Chilwell is still getting back to fitness after his injury. There was a point being made that they didn't want to rush him. They didn't want to rush him back. But just a word on Scott Parker, bless him, being sacked. Outrageous. I'm just seeing Christian Pulisic leave the changing room and walk past the cameramen in the tunnel. We're waiting for the Chelsea players to come out. The Southampton players are out already. Chelsea players yet to appear. They're coming down the tunnel now. But Pulisic walked past there, and there's a rumour going around today that he had a meeting with Todd Boehly about his future, and Todd Boehly made it in no uncertain terms that Pulisic is going to stay. And with that, apparently he wasn't happy. He's disappointed. Anyway, let's refocus. I'm sure there's going to be every single opportunity for these players. Jane, how you doing? Ice cold. Mount might have a good game tonight. He's Pompey born. He loves playing against Southampton. No, I know. Raheem Sterling fresh from his 2 goals. I couldn't understand him being brought off when he's on hat-trick at the weekend. 2 good goals he scored. We're definitely going to miss Reece James on that right-hand side without question. His influence, his delivery has been outstanding. Woodsheader, how you doing? Good to see you here. 2 teams come out the tunnel, onto the pitch, full house at Southampton, at St Mary's. Smash the like button for me. As many of you as possible. Clinton, how you doing? Plenty of travelling Chelsea fans there. Reece James is sick. He misses the game through illness. Let's hope it's just illness and it's not the likes of COVID and things like that. He's just got the flu or something, or a bug. Chelsea look very, very smart. They're playing in their all blue with the blue socks tonight. Blue shirts, blue shorts, blue socks. Southampton, Bazunu in goal. Walker Peters, Bella Kotchap, Salisu, Perraud, Ward-Prowse, Lavia, Diallo, El Yunusi, Che Adams and Adam Armstrong. They got Bianco, Bednarek, Valerie, Gineppo, Armstrong, Aribo, Walcott and Mara on the bench. Mara was tipped, and Aribo tipped the start. Chelsea's team, just to reconfirm, is Mendy, Aspi, Thiago Silva, Koulibally, Cucurella, Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho, Mount, Ziyech, Havertz and Sterling. On the bench, Chilwell, Ampadu, Kovacic, Chukwuemeka, Mecca even, Billy Gilmore, Harvey Vale, Christian Pulisic and Armando Broja. What odds on Broja come off the bench and score his first Chelsea goal against Southampton, the team he did really well for last year? So, the advertised formations... They're advertising it as Chelsea 4-3-3. Cucurella left back, Koulibaly and Thiago Silva in the middle, Aspi on the right, Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho and Mount, with Loftus-Cheek and Mount as the box-to-box midfielders. Jorginho sitting with Ziyech on the right, Sterling on the left and Havertz through the middle. Southampton a 4-3-3 also. I'm not so sure that's going to be the case, but we have to wait and see. Alonso, seriously, if this Aubameyang situation carries on, then just go and get Ronaldo for the season. Give him a 1-year deal, an additional of a second or third, and then the geezer's going to score you plenty, no matter who he plays for. So let's hope the Aubameyang situation can sort it out. If not, go and get Ronaldo, for God's sake. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the fact that we're going to be talking about some transfers. I might keep this going after the stream finishes for a while, and we can talk the latest rumours and things like that. With rumours that Chelsea have made a €90 million bid for a certain RB Leipzig player who would sign next summer. Anyway, we're going to talk more on that as we get into the game. Ice cold. I'll let you know the formation as soon as I see the game kick off, and I can tell you by the shape of the team as it sort of as it's in early stages. But it's been advertised on BT Sport in the UK as a 4-3-3. I still think it's a normal formation. I think that Mason Mount is playing deep, and I think that Havertz, Ziyech and Sterling are the front three. That's what I think, but we'll have to wait and see. Southampton in the huddle. Now, don't forget, people, no spoilers in chat. We're watching this 1 minute delayed. Just waiting for the game to kick off. As I'm watching this on TV, Chelsea are about to kick off with the cameras kicking from left to right. Sterling kicks off and he goes back to Thiago Silva. I'll start my clock. Silva launches it up to the left-hand side. Havertz goes up and wins a header, flicks it on looking for Mason Mount, who's made a run, a late burst through. Right to the byline, Southampton clear it away. Walker-Peters blasts it forward up to halfway. Koulibally can't get there. Che Adams heads it back to a teammate. Gets the ball back in return, but way over his head, and Thiago Silva just mops up nice and simple. Plays it wide to Koulibally. Pressured, holding off a challenge. Back heels it up the line and goes out of play. 10 yards inside the Chelsea half. It's a throw into Southampton. Walker-Peters nicks a few yards. They're all focused on the Chelsea bench right now. It's a decent looking bench, I've got to say. Anyway, Southampton take the throw in short. Chelsea trying to break up. It comes to Ward-Prowse. Flicked over the top looking for the winger up the line. He gets his cross in ahead of Jorginho, but Chelsea get the ball away. Only as far as halfway. Sterling loses it to the defender. I ain't got a clue what their names are. I have to say that. Anyway, the ball goes out of play. Cucurella lets it go. It's a Chelsea throwing level with the edge of our penalty box on the left-hand side. And I have to say, looking at the pitch from here, it looks muddy in the middle. It's not the best looking pitch, just 4 or 5 games into the season. I know we've had a bit of rain, but my word. Anyway, Chelsea give the ball away up on halfway. Southampton's on the right-hand side, and Chelsea nick it with Cucurella. He plays in Havertz up the line. Havertz tries to come inside, but just barged off the ball by the defender. But then Mason Mount's there charging it down to win it back, and he tries to. He's fouled the defender. Referee says play on. All the way to the corner flag. Chelsea high up in their half as one back possession. Mount finds Cucurella. Straight away shut down, loses possession, and Walker-Peters comes away with it. Drives forward up to halfway. He's got a run on the overlap. Jorginho cuts it off, but Southampton going to pick up second ball. Chelsea got their shape nice. Loftus-Cheek is playing in the middle. It looks like a 4-3-3 definitely for Chelsea. Anyway, Southampton with the ball now. Definitely a 4-3-3 for Chelsea, without question. Southampton, left-hand side, play the ball, looking for the run of Ward-Prowse. Thiago Silva comes across, just whacks it clear up the line, up towards halfway. Sterling can't get there, but Ziyech does. Then Southampton nick it off of him, and Armstrong picks the ball up halfway inside of our half, runs straight into Jorginho, clips the ball forward. Chelsea can't hold on to the ball, and it goes back to the goalkeeper, Bazunu, who launches it high, halfway inside of our half. Silva, out-muscled by Che Adams, flicks it through. Southampton with the attack. First shot from the edge of the box, right-hand side. El Yunusi, easy for Mendy. Just fell on it, nice and simple, body behind it. But long ball, high, targeting Thiago Silva. Che Adams out-muscles him, chests it down. Flicks it to El Yunusi. He dummies the ball to go across his body. Cucurella sails himself and he's free to have a shot, but it's easily dealt with by Mendy. Chelsea take the goal kick short and quickly to left-hand side up the line. Gone out of play for a Chelsea throw-in just in front of the benches. And Thomas Tuchel's up already, instructing the team. Definitely 4-3-3 for Chelsea so far, what it looks like at the moment. Cucurella to take it. Jorginho comes short. He goes back to Koulibally. Lets the ball run across him. Plays it back to Mendy. And with that, Aspi drops into right back position. Mendy just by the penalty spot. Gives it back to Koulibally. Plays it inside Loftus-Cheek. Under pressure from Armstrong. Flicks it back to Thiago Silva, who just lets the ball run across him. As Southampton go to press, they push up. They're not pressing, they're just pushed up. And Ziyech has done a great dummy. Ball played up to him, he dummied it, and Azpilicueta's in behind him and away. Aspi looking for Sterling in behind, but the ball's not good enough. Holds up on a dodgy pitch, I've got to say that. And Southampton get the ball away to halfway. Jorginho, shoulders off Armstrong. Referee says play on. Lumped forward, headed back to halfway. Ward-Prowse beats Jorginho. Adams collects the ball and plays it. A good ball to Walker-Peters, wide right. Havertz is tracking back, getting across to that right-hand side. He sails himself and he's beyond him. Walker-Peters to the byline, crosses the ball back. Well done, Loftus-Cheek. Got back in, saw the ball being pulled back to the penalty spot and stepped in. And Chelsea just blast it up to halfway. Mount can't hold it up. Southampton play it back to the goalkeeper. And it's Bazunu with the ball, just outside of his box. Frenetic first 4 or 5 minutes of this game. Southampton on the right-hand side. Mount goes up against him. Walker-Peters plays the ball out of play. Southampton throw-in. They've started well, the home team. Chelsea can't get anything going at the moment. So, Walker-Peters tries to take the throw-in short and gets away with it. They play it back to the centre half and Sterling's going to shut him down. Well done, Sterling. Ball goes straight out of play. Tuchel catches it in his technical area and gives it to Cucurella. Cucurella to take it. Up the line to Havertz. Can't hold the ball up. The centre-back blasts it forward. Over the head of Azpilicueta. Thiago Silva comes across under no challenge. Holds it up. Then just plays it inside Jorginho. He's got a little bit of time to just roll it back to Mendy. Southampton are pushed up. But they're not actually pressing physically. They're just pushed up. Making us play around them. We've done it so far. Out to left-hand side to Cucurella. On halfway. Gives it to Havertz. Shut down straight away. Goes out of play for a Chelsea throw-in. 5 yards in their half. Cucurella takes it. Throws it back to Mount. Plays a good ball after a good first touch back to Thiago Silva. He's 15 yards outside the penalty box. Gives it to Loftus-Cheek's feet. Back to Silva. Flicks it to left-hand side to Koulibally. Being told by Jorginho to play it forward, and he does. To Cucurella up the line. Walker-Peters comes across. Slide challenge. Halfway inside their half. Chelsea throwing. Chelsea now having a little bit of possession after a frenetic start from Southampton. Cucurella. Looking for an option. He's got Mount and Jorginho short. He's got Sterling up the line. Havertz even further. Gives it to Sterling. Does well to give it back and finds Jorginho. Jorginho now looking to switch it. Has to go back to Koulibally. Had no option. Koulibally into Jorginho. Tries to play it forward to Havertz. Muscled off the ball. He's second best at the minute, Havertz, so far. But he's been caught offside anyway. It looks like a 4-3-3 from Chelsea. But then, in that period of possession there, Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek are playing square with each other and Mount's pushing on. So whether it's 4-2-3-1, I'm not so sure, but it's definitely a back four today. So, Southampton free kick for the offside. Launched forward by Bazunu to the edge of our box. Aspi wins the first header. Comes out wide. Southampton pick the ball up and Aspi does well to shut him down. And then Ziyech is fighting away. Ball goes out left-hand side to Armstrong. Drives forward to the corner of our box, left-hand side. He's got a player outside on the left-hand side. Ignores him. Rivals up of Azpilicueta. Goes out of play for what looks like a corner. And it is a corner. I think you might be right, ice cold. Definitely. Right, it's the corner of Southampton. Ward-Prowse is the danger. He's got a wand of a right foot. He's going to have problems with ankles in later life, the way he bends them. Anyway, corner comes in towards right underneath the goalkeeper, and Silva takes it away from Mendy and just heads the ball away. Mendy was flapping. Silva says, this is mine, and just clears it. Mendy just patted him on the back to say thanks, and Silva just did this. Well, you didn't come and get it, did you? Pretty much. Right, Silva's organising. They're focused right on Mendy, and Ward-Prowse is literally putting it middle of the 6-yard box. Bodies in there. Once again, Thiago Silva heads away. Koulibally keeps it in play and launches it forward, and Sterling's chasing it down with a Southampton defender who holds him off and plays it back to halfway to Walker-Peters, but Chelsea dealt with that one all right. Smash the like button for me, people. 124 watching. I've got 32 likes. Smash the like button. Let's get to 100. Bazzuno launches it forward now. Aspie, big header. Only finds Southampton player halfway inside of our half. Ward-Prowse left to centre. Armstrong now. Playing square of each other. Chelsea pressing and doing well to shut them down. Armstrong now finds a little bit of space left-hand side. Loftus-Cheek comes across. Holds him up. Well done, Loftus-Cheek. Holds him up, Armstrong. He got to level with our penalty box on the left-hand side. Loftus-Cheek got in there, got a foot in and played it off of him, and it's gone out of play for Chelsea throw-in. There's literally 10, 11 players in the 6-yard box right in front of Mendy. Every corner. Anyway, Aspie with the throw-in for Chelsea. Level with the edge of our 6-yard box, right-hand side. He's telling people to go long, don't come short. So he throws it long. Looking for Havertz. Loftus-Cheek gets in front and flicks it on, but can only find a Southampton player who literally gets his golf clubs out and just gets the old sandwich and shanks it straight out of play, 5 yards away from him. And it's another Chelsea throw. This time, it's halfway inside of our half. Goes short Jorginho. Shut down by Ward-Prowse. Fouled behind. Referee gives the free kick. Out towards the right-hand side. 10 yards inside of our inside of our half, I should say. Jorginho looks to take it early to find Sterling. Does well to hold off the defender. Supported by Ziyech. Edge of the box. Plays it wide right out to Sterling. Sterling gets the cross in towards the back post. Bazzuno's there and comes and collects it. Unlucky. Ziyech and Havertz are in there. Good play from Ziyech linking the play up. Supporting Sterling, who done really well against the big centre-half to hold the ball up. He does a little dink cross towards the back post. It was Havertz and Ziyech in there. Well played, Sterling. What a good signing he's going to prove to be for us. Bazzuno was easy. Anyway, the goal kick is a free header for Thiago Silva. Finds Mount, who flicks up to Havertz. Out to Sterling. Honestly. Havertz finds Raheem Sterling halfway inside their half. It was Mount who won the ball first. Thiago Silva headed it forward, and first time we was back to like facing the ball. Mount flicks it beyond two players into Havertz. He finds Sterling, but as he does that, Mount goes and breaks from the midfield, and he's unmarked left-hand side, and Sterling picks the ball up on the right side of the midfield. All he had to do was look up and play the pass to Mount. He was in, but he held the ball up, and then he got fouled. It's now a Chelsea free kick. We're 35 yards from goal, just right of centre, just inside the width for the penalty box, and Mount takes it towards the back post. Silva's up. Che Adams gets above him, heads the ball away. But the referee's given something here. What's he given? A throw-in? Yeah, it's a throw-in to Chelsea, right by the corner flag. Martin, we started off a bit dodgy first 4 minutes, but we come into the game now. Southampton had the one opportunity, save from Mendy, easy down to his right-hand side. So, Chelsea throwing, and Azpilicueta has come all the way across to take it from the left-hand side. He's playing right back. It's a back four. He's gone all the way over there, and he's aiming for the 6-yard box. He doesn't quite reach it, and Southampton get the ball away. Only as far as Cucurella. Finds Sterling. He gets the ball in first time. They try to head the ball away. Thiago Silva juggling with it on the edge of the box to bring it down. Tries to find Mount. Barges off the ball. Then Jorginho goes in. Southampton, just a bit of a melee. Blasts the ball clear to Koulibally, halfway line. Takes a touch. Finds Aspie. Goes back to Cucurella, who lets it go. And Mendy collects it halfway inside of our half. Southampton walking out. So Chelsea got loads of space just to play around. Knock a few little passes together. Cucurella to Koulibally. Now to Loftus-Cheek, who drops in. Now to Aspie, who's worked his way back out to the right back position. Azpilicueta finds Hakim Ziyech on the byline. Comes inside to Loftus-Cheek and holds off two challenges. Referee says play on. Now he gives a free kick. Says no advantage. Right on the halfway line. Halfway between the edge of the semicircle and the byline. To give you a sense of the position of the free kick. So, Aspie's going to take it. Cucurella's an absolute acres of space, but it goes back to Silva, across to Koulibally, and now he's going to find Jorginho, and he does. Space to turn, finds Mount, and there's Sterling inside. Takes a one-touch, left foot, Sterling. Oh, unlucky. Good play from Jorginho. He finds Mason Mount in a hole. Mount looks up, finds Sterling on the right shoulder of the centre-back, on the right-hand side of the front line. Sterling first time, takes with his right foot onto his left, beats the defender, turns and shoots left-footed, literally just inside the penalty box, but he shoots down. He strikes the ball into the ground first, takes the pace off it, and Bazunu saves it easy. Anyway, their possession has come forward, and we've won it back halfway inside of our half and gone back to Mendy. Now to Thiago Silva. Silva lays it off to Koulibally. 10 yards outside of our box now. Swings a big pass, left-footed, looking for Ziyech. Over his head, and the defenders, and it's a Southampton throw. Halfway inside their own half. No goals in any of the other games so far in the Premier League, with Everton Leeds about to kick off. Anyway, Southampton throw. Smash the like button for me, people. Throwing over halfway. Aspie doesn't win the first header. Ziyech backs him up and just plays the ball out of play to cover. It's another Southampton throw. They've moved 20 yards forward, 10 yards inside of our half, or 30 yards forward, I should say. He's actually stolen a few. It's halfway inside of our half now. Throwing Southampton. Chelsea with their shape. Aspie up against Chadams, does well to hold him off, and Ziyech steps in front and wins the ball. And then Loftus-Cheek's brought down. The referee says, tries to play the advantage. There wasn't one. Calls it back. Another Chelsea free kick. Southampton are flying in with challenges here. I have to say that. They're quite physical early doors. Let's see what happens if we get a goal against them. But Chelsea need to live with it. We're trying to play our football and play it quickly. So, Silva takes a free kick and launches it high, looking for Havertz. Can't get there. And Koulibaly wins it. Gives it to Cucurella just over halfway, right in front of the benches. Held up and goes back to Koulibaly. Takes a touch and then looks to find Mason Mount right out on the byline. He loses a challenge, but Koulibaly follows up, plays off the defender. It's a Chelsea throw, and we find Kai Havertz up the line. Backheels it to Mason Mount. Mount pulls the ball back to the edge of the box, looking for Ziyech, who made a great run just outside the penalty spot, and he was blocked off by Salisu, the Southampton defender. He spotted the run, stepped across, and Ziyech, to be fair, I don't think his connection was perfect. Good play from Chelsea. Mount's making runs in the left channel beyond Kai Havertz, and they're not picking him up. Anyway, Chelsea have the throw-in, and we lose possession on the edge of the box, and they just blast it forward. Thiago Silva, absolute quality. The ball's so high, he's under pressure from Che Adams, who's shutting him down, and he watches it come over his head, and he chests it down, traps it, and gives it to Mendy, now gets it back. Brilliant from Thiago Silva. Absolute outstanding player. Finds Cucurella. 10 yards inside their half. Up the line is Kai Havertz. Southampton are putting for offside. Given. Havertz is complaining that he needed the ball quickly from Cucurella. He didn't get it. Anyway, 16 and a half minutes gone. Southampton 0, Chelsea 0. Bazunu with a goal kick, with a free kick. He's around 30 yards from goal. Launches it forward up the right-hand side. Koulibaly's underneath it. Gets the shoulder bars from Chadams, then realises he can't move him too far. Goes out of play. Walker-Peters. 25 yards from Chelsea's goal. In fact, about 30 yards from Chelsea's goal on the right-hand side. Inside of our half. Leaves it. Long throw in the box as the Southampton players move away. Centre half stepping forward to take it. Chelsea expect it. Salisu's going to take the long throw. Chelsea dropping into the penalty box. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 players in the penalty box at the moment. Mendy's organising. Southampton throw. He's pinched 5 yards, launches it. Doesn't get very far. And Cucurella doesn't win the first header. We half clear it. Southampton trying to come forward, and Chelsea eventually get it away with Thiago Silva. And then Southampton step in and just play it out for a Chelsea goal kick. It looked like a pullback on Sterling, to be fair. Chadams is beating Cucurella at near post all day. Long throw, didn't even reach the 6-yard box. Anyway, Chelsea's possession with Thiago Silva. 10 yards outside of our half, drifting out towards the right-hand side, and he finds Azpilicueta. Held up on the halfway line, Azpi, so he goes back to go forward. Southampton clear the ball away, up to halfway. They play the ball wide to Walker Peters. Jorginho busts a gut to get out there, and he does, but he goes past him. Walker Peters up the line, looking for the ball inside. Mason Mount's come across to shut him down off the back of his heels and out for a throw-in to Southampton. Walker Peters, they do it again, Southampton. Leaving it again for another throw-in. Salisu's going to come forward and get nowhere with his throwing like he did last time. But that's a key point I've noticed already. Mason Mount is drifting in behind Havertz at times. And he's got loads of space and he's not being picked up by the Southampton midfield. Anyway, the long throw from Southampton. Now it's level at the edge of our box. High. Underneath it's Kai Havertz with a free header. Heads it to the edge of the box to Sterling. Can't hold the ball up under pressure. They then launch it back in play. They'll launch it back into the box and it's easy for Mendy to collect it over everybody. Mendy goes to take it early, stops himself and just rolls it out to Thiago Silva to his right. Then he plays it to the left-hand side to Koulibally. Steps forward. Cucurella's on his outside and finds him. Cucurella now, over halfway. Striding forward. Keeps going. He's got Mount out to the left-hand side. It's actually Kai Havertz. Finds him. Plays off Southampton defender. It's a Chelsea throw-in. Tuchel's up. He's very animated at the moment about speeding things up, I believe. Anyway, Southampton nick our possession. We'll win it back on halfway. Ziyech, good ball wide right to Azpilicueta. Sterling goes beyond him. Finds him. Edge of the box, right corner of it, Sterling. Back to goal. Comes away to find Loftus-Cheek supporting. Gets it back from him. Goes back to Thiago Silva. Back towards halfway. Koulibally. Chelsea going back to go forward. Koulibally out to left-hand side to Cucurella. Mount drops and comes inside, says give him the ball. Gives it to him. Jorginho, great little flick back to Mount. Into the feet of Havertz, edge of the box. Cucurella's on the outside. Finds him. Cucurella crosses towards the back post over everybody. And Azpilicueta's got to come out to the right-hand side to collect it. He does. He finds Loftus-Cheek. Ziyech makes himself available and finds a good first-time ball into Sterling. Give and go. Sterling's away. Right-hand side of the box. Cross comes in towards the near post. Mason Mount looking to flick it in off the defender. The defender gets a foot in. Brilliant from Hakim Ziyech. He just makes himself available, Ziyech. Great first touch to Sterling. Sterling picks the ball up. Edge of the box. Finds him. Spins off, 1-2, nice and simple. Plays it into the near post. Southampton defender get in front of Mason Mount. Is it a corner or is it a goal kick? Good move from Chelsea. I think he's given the goal kick and he has. No, it's a corner. It is a corner to Chelsea. Sterling's relationships with the other players is great to see. They're building up. So Chelsea's got a corner from the right-hand side. Mason Mount to take it. He's doing this, telling players to stay back a little bit. Crosses towards the 6-yard box, middle of it. They half clear it. Out to Sterling. Plays it back out to Mount. One touch. Cross comes in towards the near post. Headed away again by Southampton. Sterling holds his position, collects it. Back to Koulibally. Now Cucurella and Southampton are pushing out to press. We worked our way out to the left-hand side to Ziyech. Back to Cucurella. As they come out, we're just playing around them. Back to go forward. Now to Azpi, over halfway, right-hand side. Looking to find Loftus-Cheek inside, but a bad ball. Southampton won it back and Che Adams collects the ball from Armstrong. Halfway inside of our half. Cucurella does well to hold him up. Makes him drift wide right. Just top of the centre circle now. Little 1-2s with Southampton. Well done, Hakim Ziyech. Works hard to get back and wins the ball back and plays Sterling. Lays it off to Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek plays it to Sterling. He's got Havertz to his left. Sterling inside the box. Takes too long. The defender gets across a deflection. Loftus-Cheek heading towards the back of the goal. Heading towards the bylines. Cross it back in. Blocked off. Sterling 2-on-1 Chelsea. He had Kai Havertz to his left. All he had to do was play it in. But he waited and he waited. He picks the ball up from Loftus-Cheek. 10 yards outside the box. Takes one touch in it. That second touch. He had two players to his right-hand side. His left-hand side, Sterling. Didn't play it. Took an extra touch and allowed the defender to come across. And Tuchel, head in his hands. Big opportunity again for Chelsea. Southampton come forward. Chelsea win the ball back. Hakim Ziyech, bottom of the centre circle, does really well to hold off a challenge. Finds Mason Mount. Wide left now. Havertz, 20 yards from goal. Left-hand side. Cucurella on the outside. Comes inside. Finds Mount. Mount, 6-yard box. Plays it to Sterling. Challenge. Sterling scores! James Sterling! Chelsea 1, Southampton 0. Get in, Sterling. Another great move from Chelsea. And once again, that man, Mason Mount. Mason Mount is just making runs in behind their left-hand side and they're not picking him up from deep. If it is the 4-3-3 formation, it's working absolute to a T. Hakim Ziyech does great. Chelsea win the ball back in our defensive third. We play it up to Hakim Ziyech, bottom of the 6-yard box, holds off a challenge and lays it off. The ball goes wide left to Kai Havertz. And Havertz gets to the corner of the penalty box. He comes inside and he finds a run of Mason Mount, left channel. And Mount's just outside the 6-yard box, left-hand corner. And he tries to find Raheem Sterling. To the defender's credit, he comes in and he steps across Sterling and stops the first shot. But his momentum takes him away from where the ball is, where he traps the ball with Sterling. The goalkeeper sold himself. Sterling picks himself up, steps 4 yards back to the edge of the 6-yard box, collects the ball, under pressure, just fires it into the bottom corner, and it's Southampton 0, Chelsea 1. Chelsea, dodgy first 4 minutes, but have come right back into this game, are dominating. But Mason Mount is a big problem for Southampton, a big, big problem. This is what you get when you've got a 4-3-3 formation, even if it isn't a 4-3-3, if it's a 4-2-1-3 or whatever it is. Mason Mount's got licence to run from deep, and every time he does it, they don't follow him. Anyway, Southampton with possession, halfway inside their own half, a goal down. They've now got to come out and play against us. The pitches look like waterlogged. It looks like all the way through the middle, lines for the middle of the pitch, and just outside the semicircle, it's bad. Anyway, Southampton have worked quite well up to inside our half, and they're driving forward now. Walker-Peters, edge of our box, shoots. Thiago Silva blocks it. Chelsea win back possession. Loftus-Cheek looking to play a ball out to Ziyech and gives it away. Southampton come forward. Shot blocked for a second time in a minute by Thiago Silva. Nice. Loftus-Cheek gives it away for a second time. And now we find Hakim Ziyech. As Azpilicueta does well. Ziyech plays a great 60-yard ball. Outstanding. Kai Havertz is in. Left-hand side of the penalty box. Up against the defender. Takes one left-footed. Shoots, but straight down the goalkeeper's throat. Unlucky Kai Havertz. Unlucky. He had no support because the ball from Hakim Ziyech was just stupendous. Honestly, outstanding ball from Ziyech. Ziyech is doing the little simple, subtle things in this game so far. Little one-touches, give and goes, holding off defenders and laying the ball off. Ziyech is busier, I think, I've ever seen him. Anyway, Southampton have got possession. They come out with the goalkeeper to the back line and he gets the ball back. Neymar, do me a favour. Anyway, Southampton are allowed to walk up halfway inside their own half as Chelsea back off to the top of the centre circle. Comes out to left-hand side. Ward-Prowse, under pressure from Loftus-Cheek, goes back to Salisu. He goes back to Bazunu, who's 10 yards outside of his own box. Chelsea pushed up to like 10 yards inside theirs, not even pressing. He now launches it. Thiago Silva up against Chadams, loses the ball, the challenge, but Jorginho mops up and then Mason Mount makes himself busy to win back possession for Chelsea. Ziyech wins the ball back, can only play, he's out on the right-hand side, he's trying to get left foot up the line, gives the ball away. Slows, the play's gone right down, everyone's walking. Southampton just gone so slow since the goal's gone in. Playing it back to the goalkeeper, back out to the left-hand side, up to halfway, then they stop, then they're going back again, and now Mount's after him. Goes back to the goalkeeper. Bazunu launches it again. Adams the target, free header this time, flicks it forward to Armstrong, can take a touch. Oh, honestly, that was dangerous. Chadams flicks it forward to Armstrong. Armstrong collects the ball and he's left-hand side of our outside of penalty box. He drives inside, gives it to Chadams inside the semicircle, outside of the edge of our box. And Ward-Prowse has made a run. He's trying to find him, but Azpilicueta steps in and gives the ball away for a corner. Ward-Prowse to take the corner for Southampton. Arm aloft. Right foot in swinger. Half cleared by Azpilicueta to the edge of the box. Southampton shoot and they've scored. From the edge of the box, Lavia has hit an absolute belter from the edge of the box, to be fair. The cross coming low from Ward-Prowse is a poor cross, to be fair. And Azpilicueta sort of gets his feet mixed up and he sort of gets the ball's coming across him And he sticks his right foot in front of him, but over his left-hand side, if you get what I mean, as the ball comes across. And he sort of stabs the ball away, but it comes to the edge of the penalty box, right-hand side of this semicircle. And everyone's defending deep for Chelsea, apart from Sterling's to the other side. The player takes one touch out of his feet to the right-hand side, and he sees the goal gaping, and he curls a shot in around Koulibally, around Mendy, and Mendy can get his hand to it, but he can't stop it, and it goes into the corner, right into the corner of the net. And with that, Southampton, after 5 minutes of being a goal down, hit back. Southampton won, Chelsea won. Great strike from the edge of the box, a real good finish, I have to say that. Mendy got his hand to it. I've got a little bit of an argument about Mendy. I think he goes down too soon, if you ask me. I think half the time these people have their shots, he's on his knees already. Anyway, we get on with the game. Thiago Silva. As Piliqueta, now Southampton got full of beans now. They're all pressing us and trying to push up high. It plays out to Loftus-Cheek, who's come out to the right-hand side. And 10 yards inside their half. Chelsea has got a throw-in. I think Mendy would be disappointed with that, but it was a great finish. Anyway, the throw-in's gone up the line. Sterling is being manhandled by Salisu. He's having a go at Sterling's literally just stopped doing this, going, what have I got to do to get a free kick here? The bloke's literally trying to wrestle me to the floor. Anyway, goal kick Southampton, not given. Plenty of games, rest of the games this weekend. Liverpool, Newcastle tomorrow. Decent game. Anyway, West Ham, Tottenham as well. Anyway, Bazunu launches one high. Aspie's underneath it, wins a good header against Armstrong. Ziyech holds off a defender, halfway inside of our half. Does well. Just under loads of pressure, doesn't panic. Ball goes out of play for a Chelsea throw-in. Aspie to take it. Aspie throws it inside to Loftus-Cheek, gets the ball back, tries to play the ball forward. Adams or Armstrong shuts him down. And then Ward-Prowse is causing us a problem a little bit. He's making runs from midfield, the same as Mason Mount is. He's not getting picked up. Chelsea sort of panic a bit and just blast the ball away. And it's gone all the way back to Bazunu, who launched it up high down our left-hand side. Cucurella wins a good header. Loftus-Cheek mops up middle of midfield and finds Koulibally. Back to Cucurella, looking for a run. Finds Mason Mount just inside their half, but gives the ball away to the goal scorer, Lavia. Chelsea shut the ball down the halfway line. Southampton throw in. Walker-Peters to take it, right in front of the Chelsea bench. Ward-Prowse is drifting in beyond Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek at the minute, and he's not getting picked up. He collects the ball from the throw-in. Ward-Prowse back to Walker-Peters. Ball over the top looking for Adams inside the box. Koulibally deals with it first time. Thiago Silva comes across. Mops up as the ball goes towards the byline to stop it from going out of play for a corner. Plays it straight out of play for a throw in Southampton. Southampton throw. Once again, no spoilers. Ibrahim, make sure there's no spoilers. Yeah, John Bailey, I agree with you, mate. Goes down far too easy. Make yourself big. Anyway, Southampton throwing again. 31 minutes, 22 seconds got. Throwing comes in, looking to get to the 6-yard box. He does this time. Koulibally can only flick it in towards the goal. And the goal. Ziyech heads it away or flicks the ball away. Southampton flick it back in. We clear it again. Comes out to Ziyech, plays a good ball forward, but someone's been fouled off the ball here. Sterling's been caught off the ball late, and he's holding on to his ankle. They are physical, Southampton. I'll give them that. There's a fine line between physical. It's Ward-Prowse. Steps on Sterling's ankle. He steps on his foot off the ball. Ward-Prowse. Sterling's up. Walking it off. Been a big influence so far, Raheem Sterling. 3 goals already. Anyway, Jorginho gets the ball from Koulibally. Good reverse pass back to Thiago Silva as Southampton work their way to the right-hand side. Silva, great big ball to Cucurella. Can't keep it in play. Unfortunately, a bit of a waste of possession there. Tuchel's up, pointing, gesturing. Back on the bench. Thiago Silva acknowledges it. He acknowledges Thiago Silva. Throwing Southampton. Walker-Peters takes it short. Jorginho spots it. Tries to nick ahead. Wins the ball, but can't keep it in play. They flick it forward to Che Adams. Big ball to left-hand side here. Armstrong up against Azpilicueta. Azpilicueta can't get there. Armstrong outside the 6-yard box. Well done, Azpilicueta. He didn't win the first challenge. He got himself back goal side at the edge of the 6-yard box. Left-hand corner. Stood up and made himself big. And Armstrong tries to get the ball back across goal. Azpi recovered well. It's years of experience. Shut the cross down. Deflects through to Mendy. Takes it short to Silva. Jorginho plays it left-hand side, Cucurella. Keep making the pitch big, Chelsea. Make them work. Back to Koulibaly. Jorginho, left to centre. Back to Mendy. Ward-Prowse is trying to shut Jorginho down at every single opportunity. And Loftus-Cheek's becoming free now. So Loftus-Cheek gives the ball away, but recovers well to win it back. Finds Jorginho, plays it first time to Mason Mount. Left to centre, 5 yards inside their half and drives forward left-hand side. He's got Havertz on the byline. Cucurella's come inside. He goes back to Mason Mount. Back to Jorginho, halfway inside their half. Been shut down. Does well, though. Doesn't panic. Plays off the Southampton defender. He's saying to Mason Mount and Havertz, get the ball in the box earlier, Jorginho, which is fair enough. Nice that he's talking about getting the ball forward for a change. For all those Jorginho haters out there. 60 likes. Thank you very much so far. Smash the like button for me. Welcome along to the stream and the channel. The only place you get proper ball-by-ball coverage. Cucurella halfway inside their half. Takes a throw in and goes back to Koulibaly on the halfway line. No pressure. Goes to Silva inside the centre circle. He's got Azpi and Akers to his right. Stops, puts his foot on the ball and plays a pass infield to Loftus-Cheek. Plays a good first-time ball to Mount. Flicks it outside to Cucurella now. Edge of the box left-hand side. Held up and back to Loftus-Cheek. Holds off the first challenge. Then goes back to Thiago Silva. Silva plays the ball wide right to Sterling on the byline. Azpi goes up the line. Ziyech comes in and collects the ball off him. Gives it back to Sterling and loses possession. And Che Adams now collects it on halfway. Sterling's tracking back. We play it to the left-hand side. Armstrong. He's got Ward-Prowse on the outside of him. Silva's holding him up and Armstrong shoots, nice and simple, down the throat of Mendy. The ball was Ward-Prowse to his outside, but he ignored him, thank God. Everton are 1-0 against Leeds, by the way, after 21 minutes. No goals in the other games so far. Chelsea have the possession. Worked up to halfway. Cucurella left-hand side now. Back to Havertz. Cucurella plays the ball back, all the way back to Mendy from the halfway line. Thiago Silva collects it. Acres of space. Southampton players just on the halfway line. They play it up to Gordon, scored for Everton. They play it up to Jorginho. Jorginho to Sterling. Flicks it back to Ziyech. Back to Jorginho. Plays a raking pass out to left-hand side to Cucurella. Great first touch. It wasn't, but he's recovered it well. Back inside Jorginho. Southampton, everyone back defending. Bar Che Adams. Silva. Right-hand side is Azpilicueta. He's got Ziyech to his right. Plays it to him. Ziyech. Defender's just standing up. He comes inside him, Ziyech. Loses possession, but caught off the ball. Referee says play on 50-50. Southampton win it back. Armstrong launches the ball looking for a long pass to the right-hand side. Loftus-Cheek's the one that's tracking back. Ziyech is still down, holding on to his arse. His ankle. His ankle's nowhere near his arse. Not what I'm talking about. So we play the ball out of play. Loftus-Cheek so Ziyech can get treatment. He got caught, definitely. 50-50 challenge. Anyway, with that, refreshment. Ziyech's going to get some treatment, I believe. He is. With that, Chelsea players go over to Tuchel, get their watering break, which I'm going to do. Hold on. Half time in the other games, the other two games. Palace Brentford 0-0, Fulham Brighton 0-0 half time. So Ziyech still getting treatment. I don't think it's too bad. Tuchel's having a one-on-one with Sterling. Even Mendy's come across to get some more. I can imagine Mendy's knackered being in goal. Such a tiring position, that position, isn't it? Being in goal. But yeah, Mendy for me, I've been saying it on my streams and on my channel for two seasons now. When he gets the ball at his feet, it gives me a heart attack. And unfortunately, I was proved right against Tottenham. Or Leeds. It was Leeds, wasn't it? But there are times when, penalties in particular, he goes down so quick. And sometimes he's already, because he's so tall, I guess he just feels as though he's got to, he's got to try and get low down quicker. And so he does that. And he just, he sort of sells himself a little bit, or doesn't give himself any sort of, not chance, but shot stopper and like a instinctive shot topper. He's probably one of the best there is. Anyway, the throw-in's taken by Southampton. They give it back to Edouard Mendy in goal. Ziyech is walking gingerly, stamping his foot on the floor. Now he's back on the pitch. And we regain possession with Thiago Silva. Finds Loftus-Cheek. Southampton pushed up but not pressing. Right inside of our half. Smash the like button for me, people. Koulibally now, left-hand side of centre. Plays it to Cucurella. Plays the first-time ball to Mason Mount, who's run beyond Kai Havertz. Left-hand side, outside the penalty box. Lays it off to Cucurella. Takes a touch beyond the defender. To be fair, the defender read it all day long. Held him off. Went out of play for a Southampton goal kick. But once again, Mount makes that run on the left-hand side beyond Kai Havertz. Defender done well, to be fair, just to hold him off. Get his body in front of Cucurella. Goal kick Southampton. 6 minutes for half-time. There'll be a couple of minutes added on. Southampton goal kick with Bazunu. Bazunu takes it, launches it forward. Aspie's underneath it. Good first header. Ziyech up against defender. Does well. That's a Chelsea throw-in, but he's giving it to Southampton. Shocking. Anyway, Southampton throw-in halfway inside of our half. Trying to take it early, but Chelsea done well to get back in a defensive shape. I think Havertz, for me, I'll take Havertz off half-time and play Brozier for the middle. That's what I would do. Play Ziyech right, Sterling on the left. Because Sterling's playing on the right-hand side. And of course, he always wants to play on the left-hand side. Anyway, Chelsea done well with Southampton's possession. It's gone back to Bazunu. Now he launches it forward again. Chadham's freed up. But Chelsea sort of back off him and set themselves 10 yards further back. And as he flicks it on, we win it back. Ziyech back to Thiago Silva. Takes a touch beyond Che Adams. Finds Aspie, byline. Plays it off Armstrong. Chelsea throw him. Smash the like button for me, people. 69 people so far. If we can get to 100 before half-time, it would be amazing. There's 166 people watching. Thank you for your support. Smash the like button as well. And subscribe. And check out the rest of the channel. Chelsea throwing. Azpilicueta. Inside Jorginho. Gets it back. Halfway inside of our half. Back to Loftus-Cheek supporting. Finds Mendy. Got acres of space and time. And he does. He just rolls it out to Koulibally. Southampton pushed up and now backing off. Comes out to left-hand side to Cucurella. Forced backwards to Mendy. Cucurella again. Thiago Silva now just outside the box. Got acres. Ignores him. Gives it to Azpilicueta. Takes a touch and goes back inside to Thiago Silva. He's halfway inside our half. Southampton players are standing still 10 yards in front of him. So he drags it out to the right-hand side and finds Aspie. Aspie plays the ball inside looking for Ziyech, who does well to hold it up and flicks it out to Loftus-Cheek. Tries to find Sterling first time. Defender comes across and gets the ball away. Only as far as Jorginho under pressure. Heads it away. Does well, Jorginho. Well done. And it's a Southampton throw-in. Yeah, Williams shoots time for Fulham. Fair play. Southampton throw-in. 30 yards from their own goal line. Left-hand side. Our right wing. Throw the ball up the line. Aspie does well against Chadams. But then Southampton won it back. Ward-Prowse, halfway line. Under pressure from Hakim Ziyech. They give it to Southampton again. Ziyech can't believe it again. Pretty even match stats. 5 attempts, 3 on target Southampton, 4 and 3 for Chelsea. But Chelsea have had 2 opportunities to play the ball with a run. It was unmarked and we missed both opportunities. Anyway, Southampton throwing up the line. Well done, Hakim Ziyech. Well done. This time he wins it. 3rd time lucky. Makes a point. I was saying to the officials, thank you very much. Aspie takes it up the line. Sterling. The tallest man on the pitch, Raheem Sterling. Doesn't win the header. Chelsea play up to Kai Havertz. It's actually Mason Mount, who's been brought down off the ball. Referee spotted it. 10 yards inside their half. Held back. Chelsea free kick. Left-hand side of centre. Ian, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Anyway, Chelsea play out to the right-hand side to Aspi. Loftus-Cheek, halfway inside their half. Up to Hakim Ziyech, holds off a defender. Back to Aspi. Back inside to Thiago Silva. And as Piliqueta is getting a bit of a tongue lashing from Ziyech, who made a run on the right-hand side, got ignored. He wanted to give and go. Didn't get it. Southampton win back possession, head it up to halfway. Chelsea win it back again. Then Hakim Ziyech is fouled off the ball. Southampton very, very physical off the ball. Very physical. Anyway, Chelsea free kick, literally 10 yards inside of their half on the right-hand side. We take it quick across the back line to Koulibally. Cucurella finds Havertz, not in the game, Havertz. Southampton win it back, Ward-Prowse. Plays the ball behind Armstrong, and Ziyech's going to win it back, and he does. And he tries to find Havertz first time. Mount it was. They get it back to the goalkeeper. Mount and Havertz, honestly, look so similar from this position anyway. Chelsea win back possession on the halfway. Jorginho steps in, wins it. Loftus-Cheek tries to flick it out to the right-hand side to Sterling. Southampton win it. Head it forward. Head tennis at the minute. That's about a sixth header. That's a seventh one. Thiago Silva thinks, sod this. Chests it down and finds Jorginho. Flicks it out to Havertz. Holds it up just inside their half and finds Cucurella. Good little first touch infield. Tries to find Jorginho's been fouled off the ball. Referee says play on. He's noted it. But Chelsea did have... He's now going to free kick to Southampton. Sterling's been a bit physical with Southampton, who go over claiming, oh, I can't believe it's a foul. Referee's given it. Jorginho got caught off the ball. I mean, honestly, that's not a free kick at all. The dude who just fouled Mason Mount has just done the same to Jorginho off the ball and nothing happened. Southampton, and Jorginho's done a right go at the referee here. He hasn't got the armband on today either. 2 minutes of added time. Southampton free kick, Bazunu. Launch it up to the edge of our box. Thiago Silva wins the first header. Havertz tracking back, wins it. Beats the defender and finds Mount. Up the line, left-hand side. Mason Mount tries to find Havertz, can't find him. Now comes to Walker-Peters. Halfway line. Inside. They've got a player. Goes beyond Jorginho. Driving forward, 25 yards out. Finds Ward-Prowse. Left-hand side of the box. Perraud, left-hand side. Cross comes in. Armstrong with acres of space. Takes a touch. Then puts it into the top corner. It looked like Che Adams made a run towards the byline. As he makes towards the byline, looking for a ball inside, and 3 Chelsea defenders went with him. Armstrong's pulled off to the penalty spot. They find him from the cross, and Armstrong takes a touch. I'd say he's just level with the actual width of the post, level with the edge, like the penalty spot. He's 12 yards out. He's got time to take a touch with his right foot, look up and blast it into the corner, left-footed. Here we go again. So the cross comes in. Yeah, he's literally by his penalty spot. Chelsea defenders have been sucked back in towards the goal line. And all 3 of them, Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, and Azpilicueta and Cucurella, all on the 6-yard box. Armstrong takes a touch, and to be fair, it's come off the back of a Chelsea defender. And as Mendy's gone to try and save it, it's come off the defender's back, and he's got a hand to it, but he can't keep it in. Southampton, 1-0 down, have hit back, and it's now Southampton 2, Chelsea 1. Both goals, not great from Chelsea's standpoint. Anyway, we kick off. Brozier's got to come on. Oh, dearie me. The old keyboard warriors will have come out in force now across the internet. Anyway, Chelsea got possession. Thiago Silva now. Southampton backed off the halfway line. Silva plays a long raking ball out left-hand side and finds Kai Havertz. Chests it down. Gives it Jorginho. Under pressure. Forced back to Loftus-Cheek. Centre circle. Wide right is Azpilicueta. We're playing added time in the end of the first half. Jorginho. Under pressure. Holds off. He's actually fouled by Che Adams. He's now got a free kick. And Che Adams just booted the ball at Jorginho right in his face from close range. Jorginho went to pick the ball up. He's just flicked the ball in his face. And with that, he's blown up for half time. He's not even given a free kick or anything, or yellow card or anything. He's caught Jorginho on the back of his leg. Jorginho's gone down. So Jorginho's then gone to pick the ball up quickly. And Jorginho's pretty much said to him, could you go away, please, sir? In more industrial language than that. With that, he's gone to pick the ball up. He's bent down and Chels has flicked the ball up in his face. He can't believe it. And now, at the moment, we've got Jorginho, Thiago Silva, and Azpilicueta all having a heated conversation with the referee. Jorginho's still going. He can't believe it, Jorginho. He's still going. So, the formation, people. The formation looks as though it looks as though the formation is basically a 4-3-3 for me. That's what I think it looks like. And the way it looks is like Mason Mount has got license to go forward from that position. Normally in a 4-3-3, you've got a deeper line midfielder and 2 box-to-box on the outside, left and right. And both those box-to-box are exactly that. They go box-to-box. However, the only movement forward that I can see into attacking areas is Mason Mount on the left-hand side. They're pinpointing that left-hand side. They're pinpointing, what's his face? Walker Peters with Havertz. Havertz has done nothing so far, let's be honest, completely honest. He's done absolutely nothing. But what he's doing is he's keeping Walker Peters busy, honest. And Mason Mount's making a late run from midfield, and he's been picked up a number of times, but it's just not come to fruition. Chelsea got into good opportunities to play him in and just doesn't. Now, sometimes some people might say that the formation is 4-2-3-1, but all I'd say is Chelsea, the first goal. Everyone's expecting a long throw into the near post. Everyone's converging on the near post. All the Chelsea players have been sucked back in the 6-yard box. As the cross comes in, or the throw-in comes in, it's half cleared by Azpilicueta to the edge of the box. Everyone's been sucked in deep inside the penalty box. Players got acres of space to take the touch and then just curl the ball into the far corner. Koulibaly couldn't get there. Mendy couldn't get there. He got a hand to it but couldn't keep it from going in the back of the net. And the second goal, Chelsea lose possession. Southampton come forward on the right-hand side. They play it across 20 yards out, 25 yards from goal to... There's very, very negative people on here, I have to say. Can I just say, Andre, Lewis Peters, C. Ogonmu, can I just say this? There's still half of football to play yet. You're acting like the world's dead. Like, everything's over. There's a game of football still to win here. Be positive. If the game's crap and we lose the game, after the game, have your whinge. But, I'm trying to focus on the positives. Yes, I'm talking about the goals and the fact they've been bad for us to concede, 100%. But they've played it for Southampton on the right-hand side. They've played it across outside the edge of our box to walk up to Ward-Prowse. He's then played it left-hand side. And Chelsea gets sucked in with a run, trying to just defend the ball into the near post, and they get caught. And as they get caught, it comes back to Armstrong, who's clever with his run. And then he's able to take a touch, and he deflects off the back of the defender. Mendy can't get there, and it's 2-1. Louis, Go and talk to somebody else, mate. I don't care if you unsubscribe to me. I don't give a shit, to be fair, mate. You've still got a half of football to play, mate. If you want to be negative, if you want to dig people out, if you want to talk about the manager being sacked and all this nonsense, then fuck off. Simple as that. I don't care. I don't care about your subscription. I don't give a shit because I'm trying to be positive. Positive, Andre, is the fact that we've already scored. We've had good opportunities. We just didn't play the right pass. But that'll be addressed at half-time. And hopefully we've got 5 changes to make here to turn the game around. I'm going to take you back to years and years ago. Blackburn away. Royalston's in charge of Blackburn. Gianluca Violi's in charge of Chelsea. We were losing the same sort of scoreline. What happened second half? Andre Flo, Brian Laudrup. We turned it around. We spanked them. Chelsea have got more than enough options here to change the game, from the bench to change the game and to just play properly. I mean, I don't know what to say, but at the end of the day, you're acting as if the world's just ended. You've still got 45 minutes of football to play, so Louis Peter and everybody else who wants to be negative, Fuck off. Go somewhere else. Go and listen to the watch-along where people talk about themselves rather than the game and my 100,000 subscribers and all this. I don't give a stuff. At the end of the day, let's just focus. Have a whinge at the end of the game by all means. I don't mind that. Just when it's half time, don't sit there and give it all this bullshit and bollocks about he's crap, manager's crap, manager's got a chance to react now. Let's just go and react. And let's just hope that we do. If we don't, we'll have a whinge about it after the game. But right now, at the end of the day, you've got 45 minutes of football still to play. If you don't want to watch it here, and if we do end up being positive and we score goals, we win the game, Louis, Peter and everybody else, I don't expect you back here to say it was great. What a turnaround. What a masterstroke. Of course it could go the other way. Let's hope it doesn't. But what I'd say here is we've got options on the bench to come on and change this game. If we're going to go 4-3-3, then right now for me, if we're going to stick to that formation, if it is a 4-3-3, then what I'll do is I'll take Kai Havertz off because he's not involved in the game. Or you put Havertz through the middle. You maybe take somebody else off. Not sure who you'll take off. And you bring on Pulisic on the left-hand side. For me, I think you've got to go Sterling through the middle possibly. You've got to go Pulisic left. You've got to go Ziyech on the right-hand side. And you actually say to our midfield, bring on Kovacic for Jorginho. Put Loftus-Cheek base of the midfield. Put Kovacic and Mount box to box and go right. Go after them. Attack them. That front five, create hell. And then Loftus-Cheek can sit in front of the back four, have the five at the back, the five going forward. That's what I would do right now if it was me at half-time. Take Jorginho off, put Loftus-Cheek in the base of the midfield, bring Kovacic on for Jorginho. The midfield three, holding midfielder, Loftus-Cheek, 2 box-to-box and proper box-to-box would be Mount and Kovacic. Then on the left-hand side, take Kai Havertz off. He's not been influential at all in the game and play Pulisic on the left, Ziyech on the right, and Sterling through the middle. That's what I would do and go 4-3-3. Simple as that. But we shall see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I've got 4 more likes to get to 100. Louis Peter, come and give me a like, mate. Anyway, honestly, the way we're going forward and the areas we're getting into, it's the final ball that's just lacking, which has been a problem for us for 2 seasons. Will Aubameyang give us the option to change that? Would Cristiano Ronaldo give us the option to change that? Will Wilfried Zaha give us the option to change that? Not so sure. If it was me, I'd never have let Giroud go, to be fair. Anyway. Thank you very much. Over 100 likes. Appreciate it. Keep smashing that like button. We've got 204 people watching so far. Chelsea have been caught twice. Defending deep from the corner. It gets half cleared to the edge of the box. Lavia probably hits the goal of his life. Edge of the box, right corner. Curls it away. And then the replay of the goals. They find a midfield area. They got him in front of us. Jorginho steps out to make the challenge on Lavia. Misses it. Finds Ward-Prowse 25 yards outside of our box. Left foot to Perraud, the wing back. And as he plays it out to Perraud, Che Adams and somebody else, Che Adams takes 3 Chelsea centre-backs with him to the edge of the 6-yard box. And as he does that, Armstrong holds his run. And he collects it 5 yards to the left-hand side of the penalty spot. And as he does, he's able to take a touch. And he looks up and he just fires it into the top left-hand corner from that position. But as he does it, takes a deflection off the back of the Chelsea player into the corner. And it's Southampton 2, Chelsea 1. The thing is, we are Jekyll and Hyde at the minute under Tuchel. This is where Tuchel needs to earn his money. He needs to make some changes. We don't make changes quick enough to change the outcome of a game. Simple as that. As a manager, you can influence the game by the selections that you make and also by the changes that you make in game. Now, the fact we got 5 changes is massive to a team like Chelsea and a squad like Chelsea because you've got so many options and we've got a deep squad. Let's utilise it for once. Let's make the changes. Let's give it what I said, the 4-3-3. Those players on, and then give it 10, 20 minutes. Doesn't work, bring Brozier through the middle. Put him on. Take Ziyech off maybe. Put Sterling on the left. Pulisic on the right. Play Brozier through the middle as a target man. And actually play with an out-and-out striker that we can play and be the focal point. That's what we want. That's what we need. I wouldn't mind bringing him on at half-time, to be honest with you. But Chelsea going forward have got an option with Mason Mount. He's not being picked up late with his late runs, and he's creating space and creating havoc. We just need someone to do that on the right-hand side as well. And that's what I think with the box-to-box from deep from a three-man midfield with somebody holding and two making those runs. But I think it does the 4-3-3 because I think then you'll get the best out of Pulisic. Then you'll get the best out of Ziyech. You would have got the best out of Hudson-Odoi, but he's off, isn't he? He's gone. So when we play the two number 10s, at times it becomes too narrow. But then when we get the ball wide and we're looking at two number 10s, you're relying on somebody else to get in the box with no real support. And that's been the biggest problem. So I'm looking for a reaction here. I wanted a reaction against Leeds. Didn't get it. Let's get one this game. Let's do something at half time, Thomas Tuchel. Let's do something at half time. Fulham 2-0 up at home against Brighton, believe it or not. Nearly an hour played. Mitrovic has scored again. And Lewis Dunk an own goal. There's a player that I wouldn't mind at Chelsea. Alexander Mitrovic. Think of someone that can bully defenders, that can be a link man, that can win headers, that can score goals. He's not a big name. Mitrovic. How much will he cost you? Brighton have got a penalty. By the looks of it. Anyway. Mitrovic, 30 million. I'll go and sign him. If you can't get Aubameyang, I think priority... I'll just go and get Ronaldo because he scores your goals. He might have to change the way you play, but you play to his strengths because when you do, he puts it in the onion bag time and time and time again. Anyway. Just waiting for the second half to kick off. Let's be positive. Let's get a nice early goal. Second half, level things up and let's go again. Ah, dearie me. Just waiting to see if Brighton score to make it 2-1 with an hour to go. Not updated yet. Everton are still beating Leeds at Leeds. Brighton scored the penalty. 2-1, Fulham, Brighton. The only game with no goals so far, Premier League, is Palace, Brentford, 0-0. Anyway, come on Chelsea. Let's make changes. Let's be positive. Just waiting for these changes to come through, hopefully. I'm waiting for a reaction. Palace have got an opportunity against Brentford, according to flash scores. The little red dots come up against their name, which normally means a big chance. Keep smashing that like button for me. 200 people watching. Welcome along. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Palace has scored against Brentford. Zaha scored again. The Brighton goal scorer, not even up here yet. McAllister with a penalty. Mitrovic scores again. Zaha scores again. Anyway, there is a change. Kovacic is coming on. Who's gone off? Kovacic for more energy in midfield. I wonder if he's going to take Jorginho off because he's been mouthing the referee for a bit. No, he's taken Loftus-Cheek off. So Loftus-Cheek's off. Kovacic is on. What does that mean for our formation? Right. Is the formation the same? Come on, Chelsea. We can do this. Come on. We can turn this game around. Shut this negativity up. Right, it looks like it's still going to be a back four for Chelsea. Southampton to kick off this half. As the cameras look at the game at St Mary's, we're kicking from right to left, with the benches opposite the camera. Referee's just waiting just to restart the game. And he does. Southampton kick off. They go back to the goalkeeper who launches it forward. Up to the left-hand side, our right-hand side, and Aspie, free header, heads it forward. Ziyech, under pressure, does well to win a Chelsea throw-in. Halfway inside of our half, lays it off to Aspie. Nicks 10 yards. Plays it into Jorginho. Jorginho now plays the ball into the feet of Kai Havertz. Playing through the middle by the looks of it. 1-2 with Sterling. Havertz, right-hand side. Back to Sterling, 25 yards from goal. Right out on the byline. Havertz's attempt to get the ball forward has been blocked off. And Aspie does really well up against Armstrong to win it back high in their half. Gives a Chelsea throw-in. Edge of the box, Sterling. Under pressure. Referee just says play on. Southampton win it back. Ward-Prowse, 1-2 to the midfielder. Gives it away to Thiago Silva. Kovacic first touch. Finds Cucurella. Good ball into Havertz. Gives it away again, Havertz. He can't get himself involved so far. Tuchel's up, arms folded, chewing his gum with cap on, gilet on, looking stern-faced. Aspie to Kovacic, right-hand side, inside their half. Great, goes around two players and brilliantly well and brings it back inside. Koulibaly now steps out from the centre circle, gives it to Cucurella. 25 yards from goal, back inside to Kovacic. He's got Mount lurking on the edge of the box, goes back out to Cucurella, takes a touch. Back inside Jorginho this time. Turns away from a challenge and finds Kovacic. Goes square to Silva, who stepped forward halfway inside their half, right-hand side of centre. Shoots from distance, blocked off, straight out to Tuchel. Flicks ball up into his hands. Chelsea throw-in. Taken quickly, Aspie to Jorginho, gets the ball back. Jorginho back to Thiago Silva. Koulibaly now, just at the bottom of the centre circle, inside of our half. Driving out to the left-hand side. Turns away from an option of giving it to Cucurella, who's shut down, and goes back to Mendy. Silva. Back to Jorginho, by the halfway line. Got time to turn. Does. Plays the ball wide right, but delayed it, gave it a ball away. Southampton throwing in. Tuchel throwing his arms about and gives Jorginho a look as if to say, for God's sake, how many more? Anyway, Southampton, very physical, this team. And they're shutting Chelsea's midfield down. They're giving no one any space with the ball inside their own half. The old, the half press, as they call it. Anyway, Southampton throw-in. Chelsea trying to win the ball back inside their half. We do half a job, and we've now done it with Kai Havertz. Well done. Gives it to Cucurella. Finds Sterling. Out to the edge of their box, left-hand side. Tries to get a cross in. Blocked away. Picks up the second ball. Tries to flick it back inside. Blocked off, but comes out to Havertz. Cucurella's first attempt at crossing the ball's been poor, and they get it away to halfway. I wouldn't mind bringing Ben Chilwell on for Cucurella. Then Southampton pressing, and Chatham has won it off Chelsea's defenders, and he's driving forward inside of our half, but well done Koulibaly, with help from Kovacic, wins the ball back. Ziyech drops deep, centre circle to collect the ball. Plays the ball out wide left to Cucurella. Good first touch, takes a good touch, plays it inside, Kovacic. Plays a good outswinging ball right-hand side to switch the play to Azpilicueta, who just keeps the ball in play. Well done. Back inside to Hakim Ziyech. Left foot. Swinger. Looking for Havertz in the 6-yard box. They get the first header away and then it's launched away at the edge of the box. Koulibaly does well to step in front and wins the header and finds Kovacic. Being pressed straight away, Kovacic does well to regain his composure. Keeps hold of the ball and does really well, Kovacic. Still got it. Then he plays it off the Southampton player for a Chelsea throw-in. And we knew he was all over him. He didn't panic. Done really well. Chelsea throw-in by Koulibaly. Goes straight back to Mendy. I'll bring Chilwell on, I think, for Cucurella. He's not done much going forward at the moment, Cucurella. I have to say that. Anyway, Silva finds Aspie. First time ball inside to Ziyech. Great flick ball to Azpilicueta down the line. The linesman's given a... What's he given? Handball. Brilliant from Chelsea. We flick it out to Aspi, Ziyech, and Aspi puts his arm out, but it's on here. It's here. And he can't believe they're blown up for handball. Anyway, Aspi's breathing, I have to say that. He's getting down that wing, Aspilicueta. I'll give him that. Anyway, Southampton free kick. Wide left. Deep inside our own half. And Bazunu launches it. Silva underestimates the ball and Adams wins it, flicks it forward, and Silva comes across to meet the player with the ball on the right-hand side of our box. Walker-Peters is forced backwards by Cucurella. Southampton, 25 yards out. Ward-Prowse appears in the byline on the right wing, crosses it, blocked. Mendy comes out and collects it. Asking for an early ball, being blocked off by Armstrong, not allowing the little simple throw-in forward. So he has to go sideways to Thiago Silva. Kovacic, 10 yards outside of our box. Cucurella, up to Mount, who's got time to take the touch and drive forward over halfway. Finds Havertz on the byline. Shut down by two Southampton players. And with that, Loftus-Cheek's appeared with a heavy strapping on his knee, on his right knee. Loftus-Cheek, who's taking his place on the Chelsea bench. That's why he's off. Anyway, Southampton throw him. Halfway, Silva up against Che Adams. Tries to clear it, comes off of him, and Koulibaly steps in really well and gets the ball away. Mason Mount tries to trap it, fouled off the ball. The same Southampton player has clattered Mason Mount twice. He's clattered Jorginho, and not once has the referee had a word with him. I don't know what that bloke's name is. I can't see the replay or his shirt close up. So Thiago Silva's had a go at the referee and said, look, you're going to blow up or not? Oh, El Yunusi's got a little knock on his leg, bless him. So Chelsea take a free kick across the back four to Koulibaly, who gives it straight to Armstrong. Poor pass from Koulibaly. Armstrong comes forward. Koulibaly makes amends with a great challenge. Southampton support and go forward again. They're down the byline. Peru comes on. Back post, unmarked. What a header from El Yunusi and what a block from Cucurella. It comes back to El Yunusi's 6-yard box and he overhead kicks it straight to Mendy. But Cucurella with an outstanding block there. Looked like an open goal. Southampton down our left-hand side. Everyone gets sucked across once more and the cross comes into the back post and you're thinking he's going to score. And from nowhere, Cucurella appears. And literally the header, and he just gets his body in the way. But Sterling's gone down. He's holding to his shoulder, and he's mouthing the word, oh, flip. Looks like he's hurt his shoulder here. I'm just seeing this again. Back post, free header, Cucurella, brilliant. He got sucked across as well, but as the cross has come over, he's made his way across the edge of the 6-yard box, out to the left-hand side, and he's literally just not thrown himself, but got his body in the way, and he's hit him on his chest. Great block from Cucurella. Anyway, Sterling's back up. Chelsea possession over halfway. Thiago Silva's just dribbled around two players. And now Southampton get the ball away high, over the head of everyone to Mendy. Outside of his own box. And plays it left-hand side, Koulibaly. Left to centre. Halfway inside our own half. Takes a hold of the ball. Gives it to Kovacic. Southampton blocked off. Jorginho collects it now. Southampton defending their own half. Aspinall, right wing. Trying to find a ball inside to Ziyech, can't find him. And it's actually come off a Southampton defender for a Chelsea throw-in. Salisu's actually booked. Anyway, Chelsea throw-in's gone back. Jorginho, back to Silva, back to Koulibaly, but he's being pressed. Koulibaly, step away. Oh, dearie me. Just about gets the ball away from the attacker who's shutting him down. Cucurella collects it on halfway. Gives it to Kovacic by the centre circle. Plays it forward to Jorginho. Two players around him. Gives it back to Kovacic. Now launches it out to Aspi. Got space to take a touch. He does. Jorginho goes over to support him. Shut down straight away. So he has to go back to Silva. Mount drops off. Shut down. Goes back to Silva. Silva to Koulibaly. Chelsea players standing still at the minute. Comes out to Cucurella. There's no one going up the wing for him. He has to go back again. Koulibaly. This time Sterling walks into that area and Koulibaly tries to find him. Defender comes across with a poor first touch. And then just shanks it out for a play for a Chelsea throw-in by the corner flag. Awful first touch, honestly, for a Southampton defender. Cucurella. I see he couldn't really get in the game, but what a block that was to stop it from making it 3. Anyway, Kovacic is forced backwards. Centre circle now, Thiago Silva, top of it, steps beyond it. Wide right is Aspi, takes a touch, got a chance to get the ball in the box, and he does. Towards the back post, Havertz over him. Southampton flick it away, but Cucurella's there to mop up. Plays a good first-time ball to Havertz, gets it back. Cross comes in back post, over Bazunu, gets a hand to it, and takes it away from Ziyech and Mount. Out to Azpilicueta. Chelsea kept on possession it, working Southampton from side to side, look like tiring. They're walking Southampton. Cucurella, Havertz goes beyond, he comes inside, plays the ball, looking for Sterling. Sterling traps it, he's gone down. He hasn't appealed it, to be fair, Sterling. He was being manhandled. Referee just said, get up and play on. Didn't appeal it, Sterling, so there's no booking. He took it on his thigh. The Southampton defenders clattered him. Peru has clattered him when he tried to stop it. Sterling never appealed for it. The only person that did was Mason Mount. Anyway, Bazunu with a goal kick launched it high, halfway inside of our half, and Silva's gone down under a challenge from Che Adams, who can't believe it. Tuchel still standing there, arms folded. We take it short to Kovacic. Finds Cucurella. Up the line. Beyond Havertz. Stupid ball. It's gone 30 yards over his head. Can't trace it. He can't get hold of it. So Bazunu collects it. And now rolls it away from where Havertz shut him down. Out on the right hand side. Walker-Peters. Mount comes across. Force him back to Salisu. Havertz does well to shut him down. Bazunu. Now Sterling goes after him. And now he has to get the ball away. Koulibaly wins a good header, finds Mason Mount, flicks it beyond Walker-Peters. But what's the referee doing? What's he giving here? Offside. Oh, he's saying he pulled his shirt. Mount can't believe it. He did pull his shirt, Mason Mount. He can't argue with it, to be fair. He's pulled his shirt back, so Walker-Peters and Mason Mount shaking his head. I've just seen a replay. Clear as day, you're pulling his shirt. Anyway, Bazunu. Halfway inside their own half, right hand side of centre to launch it. And he does once again. Edge of our box, Koulibaly underneath it, big header, heads it across goal. Ziyech supporting, does well to take a touch and get it away. Sterling can't hold it up, but Jorginho wins it back and finds Sterling. Jorginho gets it back. Right hand side now, breaking is Ziyech. Kai Havertz, I think he's offside. The linesman saying play on, he's on. Havertz into the box, comes back on his left foot, finds Hakim Ziyech, shot blocked. And now they call the offside. I thought he looked offside. I did say he looked offside when he played the ball. Honestly. Rose Lynch, you keep spamming my comments on YouTube. You're doing it here. Honestly. Support the team while the game's going on, for God's sake. Anyway, Havertz now. Oh, who's down? Someone's down for Southampton getting treatment. Make a change, Tuchel. Make another one. They're just going to show the Cucurella block again. It was absolutely outstanding. The cross comes in. Cucurella went with Ward-Prowse, stopped, and then went back across goal. And he's in front of Mendy and makes a fantastic block, Cucurella. Outstanding block. Brilliant from him. Awareness to get back across and follow the ball rather than the run. Brilliant from him. So Silva and Jorginho are having a deep conversation here about something. There'll be loads of added time added on, hopefully. So scores as it is at the moment. 15 to go. Palace 1, Brentford 0, Fulham 2, Brighton 1. And at half time is Everton 1, Leeds 0. Or Leeds 0, Everton 1, I should say. Anyway. Southampton players up. Walking off the pitch. Is he being subbed off? I think he probably is. Who cares? I want to see a Chelsea sub, not nobody else. It's the goal scorer. Lavia, he's the one that's coming off. He's off. Aribo, the striker from Rangers, has come on. 3 attacking players, Southampton now. Does that open the game up in midfield? Anyway, Bazunu takes a long kick. Silva's underneath it. Heads it, but only sideways. Cucurella, well done, Koulibaly. Southampton are crowding our defence, trying to get the ball away. Look like they're going to get onto it. Koulibaly gets it away. Chelsea then, they get the ball back, Southampton, back in the box, cleared by Jorginho, back out to Ward-Prowse. Finds Walker-Peters on the byline. Kovacic comes across. Well done. Steps in. Southampton throwing 30 yards from the goal line. Right hand side inside of our half. Walker-Peters to take it. I might have started making the chat members only again, I think. Anyway. So Walker-Peters takes a throw into a Rebo. Holds off Cucurella. Back to Walker-Peters. Level the edge of our box right hand side. Ward-Prowse finds a Rebo. Up against Kovacic and Cucurella. Gets himself a throw-in. 5 yards from the corner flag. Deep inside of our half. There's another long throw coming in. Salisu to take it. The long throw. Needs to get this away. So Chelsea, Mendy is organising. Koulibaly, Cucurella, Silva and Aspin on the 6-yard box. In front of them, Havertz, Jorginho, Kovacic. Long throw comes in. Towards the 6-yard box. Adams can't get there. Havertz heads it away. Comes back in. Second time of asking. Koulibaly half clears it. Forward again to Chadham's edge of our box. Up against Mason Mount. Mount does well against him to win it back fantastically well. And then Cucurella goes to clear it. Blocked off. Havertz wins a flick header up to Sterling, but he can't step in front of the defender to win the ball back. Pulls him back by his arm, which is stupid. Southampton free kick. So Sterling's having to go at the defender. Tell you, he went down like a sack of spuds. Hardly touched you. Anyway, Southampton free kick. 15 yards inside our own half. Sorry, inside of our half on the right-hand side, I should say. About 5 yards from the byline. Ward-Prowse got an arm in the air. Chelsea holding the high defensive line. 10 yards outside of our penalty box. Southampton got 5 pushed up against our line. There's one back post who's free, who's just been told to get back in and defend. It's now 6 up against 6. Or 8 players defending. Ward-Prowse, one arm aloft, looking for a ball in, and he plays it deep. And they find a runner, and it's Peru, the right back. Havertz comes across, plays the ball off him. Well done, Kai Havertz. Chelsea throw him, 10 yards from the corner flag. Aspin a rush to take it, grabs hold of it and goes up the line. Finds Ziyech, who's got company, but flicks it forward to nobody. Salisu brings it down and flicks it out to the right-hand side to Walker-Peters. Takes a touch, Mount comes across. Driving forward, Walker-Peters. Mount stops him halfway inside of our half. Ward-Prowse flicks the ball up the line, looking for a Rebo. Koulibaly comes across, holds him up. El Yunusi, cross comes in back post. Aspie up against Chadhams, heads the ball away. Southampton corner. Come on, Chelsea, got to do better than this. We got half an hour. It's approaching 62:47 on the clock. There's got to be at least 3-4 minutes of added time here. We've got half hour to go here. Make some more changes. One change so far is Kovacic for Loftus-Cheek, who's got a knock on his knee. So, Southampton once again crowding the 6-yard box. Our right-hand side, Southampton's left-hand side. Ward-Prowse with a right foot in-swinger, right on the money. Headed away in front of Mendy by Thiago Silva. And then Hakim Ziyech brings it down over his shoulder. Drives forward, pulled down by Ward-Prowse. Right-hand side, halfway inside of our half. Referee books him. Ziyech made the most of it, to be fair. Anyway, Chelsea free kick, taken short. Back to Mendy. Koulibaly, edge of our box, left-hand side. Need a goal. Next 15 minutes. Thiago Silva comes forward. Right-hand side of centre. Jorginho's the opposite in front. Lays it off to Aspie. Being pressed, but well done. Finds Thiago Silva. Finds Mason Mount. Chelsea got an overlap. You've got Cucurella in acres of space. Cucurella now. 25 yards from goal. Back inside to Mount. Forced back inwards to Kovacic. Chelsea's attack is going backwards again. Koulibaly. Silva. Just inside their half. Out to Aspie. Forced inside. Back to Silva once again. Every time the ball goes forward inside thereafter, they're pressing the player with the ball. Kovacic. Left-hand side of centre. No option. Has to go back across to Silva. Top of the centre circle. Plays a little dink ball inside to Hakim Ziyech. Can turn. Left foot outswinger to Cucurella. Finds him. Collects it level the edge of our penalty. There's their box, I should say. Back to Kova. Back again, though, to Koulibally. Lucky with a ball out to Cucurella. Nearly broken up by Southampton. Finds Kovacic. Forced inside Kova. Thiago Silva. The ball straight away is Aspi on the wing. Takes one touch, two touch. Now he finds Aspi. Got time to get across it. Comes inside and finds Ziyech. Back to Aspi. Back towards the back post. Havertz with a free header. He's run, he jumped underneath it and heads the ball over from 6 yards. Or 8 yards. Chelsea worked it fantastically well. Aspi to Ziyech. Back to Aspi. Edge of the box. Cross comes in. And Aspi's cross, it was a bit high. Left foot. Havertz jumps underneath it. And as he's rising, he heads the ball. And a change is being made. That's Kai Havertz coming off. And it's Pulisic coming on. And Chilwell's coming on. I have to say it's the right call. Havertz has not really been involved. And Aspi's coming off. So Havertz, Jorginho and Aspi are off. Pulisic, Chilwell and Broja are on. Chilwell on the left-hand side. Does that indicate? Yeah, Chilwell's just gone on and said back five. Or five across the... What's he saying? So the back three is going to be who? Yeah, he's saying Tuchel's done that. Go to a back three. Silva, Koulibally, and who? Cucurella. Cucurella left-hand side, Koulibally on the right, Silva in the middle. The midfield four is now Chilwell, Mount, and Kovacic. With Pulisic on the right, and it looks as though you got Ziyech, Broja, and Sterling up front. Pulisic's playing right-hand side. He's playing like the wing-back position, Pulisic. But he's gone for it, Tuchel. He's made 4 changes. So Southampton play the ball forwards. Silva. Up the line, Koulibally plays the ball forward. And who's after that? It's Broja. After that, he's done really well to hold off a Southampton defender, Broja. Does really well. Into the box. Turns him. Byline. Cross comes in. Headed away out to Broja again. Broja lets the ball go out of play for Chelsea throwing 10 yards from the corner flag. For the first time, the defender tries to barge Broja off the ball. Just shakes him off. Just shakes him off. Lets Salisu know he's in for a game now. So Koulibally take a throw in. A long throw in. Chelsea dropping off into the box. You got Broja by the edge of the 6 yard box. You got Pulisic going short. So he goes short the other way to Kovacic. Kova back to Silva. Feints to play it left and plays back out to Koulibally. The whole emphasis of our attack has just gone here. As Southampton just spread out and push out. And Chelsea just going backwards to go forward. And then Koulibally tries to find Ziyech and made a great run into the box. He's gone over his head to the goalkeeper. Just to reiterate, back three for Chelsea. Cucurella on the left. Silva in the middle and Koulibally on the right-hand side. The midfield four, Chilwell, Mount, Kovacic. On the right-hand side is Pulisic with Ziyech, Sterling and Broja up front. Long ball from Bazunu. Che Adams holds off Cucurella. They get the ball forward, but Thiago Silva comes across, does really well to win back the ball. Under pressure on his own byline. Silva just plays it out of play. No messing, gets rid of it. Smash the like button for me, people. Smash that like button. No other goals so far in any of the other games in the Premier League. Walker Peters will take the throw-in. 12 yards from the byline. The linesman tell him to hurry things up. Referee's blowing up and say hurry it up. Book 'em. Book 'em. Now Salisu's gone over. Now he's saying he's giving instructions. He hasn't even walked back to take the throw-in yet. Now he takes it. Freda for Cucurella. Gets the ball away. Salisu just left foot shanks it into the box. Cucurella wins a second header. Brozier holds off a challenge and does well to hold the ball up, and he does. And he finds Pulisic, falls over under like his own steam. And then Chelsea win it back with Brozier, but the referee's blown up for something. What's he blown up for here? Brozier's like a battering ram. Honestly, Diego Brozier. I'll play him. He's had such an influence. He's been on for 2-3 minutes. He's winning balls. He's honestly. So they blew up for a Southampton player down, holding on to his head. As Cucurella jumped up, his hand has just tapped the player on the back of his head, and he's down like he's been shot. Honestly, the referee's gone over. I don't even think the physio's gone on. They're holding on to his neck now, saying, "Oh my God, he got tapped." Honestly, Thiago Silva's now wearing the armband. He just went over and said to their physio, "Can I have some of your water?" They said, "Of course you can." It's all nice. They got another player down, onto his ankle. Southampton. Pero, who's now up. Southampton players are over to their bench getting instructions. The Chelsea players are standing around on the pitch. And the player's gone off. So play will get underway. But Brozier was away. Referee blew up. But he's quick here, Brozier, to make an impression. Because he was there last year. And I know what he's like. Bella Kochap is the player who's gone down under his own steam, had a glass of water, and now his head's fine. A minute ago, he's like holding onto his head as if he damaged his head. There was nothing wrong with him. Even from the replay literally he tapped him. Honestly. Get him on a rugby pitch. See how he gets on with that. Anyway, Southampton have got a free kick somehow, 5 yards inside their own half, and they launch it out to our right-hand side. Chilwell comes across, wins a good header. First involvement in the game from Chilwell. Wins a good header. Southampton playing with 10 at the minute. Oh no, they haven't. They're still playing with the bloke still on. So they're now wasting time again. Walking up, Walker Peters take a throw, and he takes it quick to Shay Adams, who's made a run towards the corner flag. Cucurella's there. Plays it off for Cucurella, and it's a Southampton corner from our left-hand side. Their right wing. We've got around 20 minutes, 22, 23 minutes to go here. Need a goal quickly. Southampton change. It's Peru coming off. The bloke who's been getting forward down that left-hand side and putting good crosses into the box. He's coming off. So he's taking his time. Make sure he takes his shin pads off first before he walks. And as he's walking, he's out for Sunday stroll. Gineppu's coming on for him. Don't expect me to remember his name. Anyway. Come on, Chelsea. We got it in us. Leeds have equalised against Everton in the 86th minute. 1-1. And Brentford have equalised against Crystal Palace. It's 1-1 in that game as well. Southampton corner. Ward-Prowse to take a right foot out swinger. And he does. Towards the back post. Headed down towards goal. And Thiago Silva. Oh my word. Southampton won the header. Silva's on the line. Do you know when the ball comes towards you, just to the side of you, and your reaction is to just stick your foot out? He's literally just stick his foot out, and he's flicked it away from the goal line. With Mendy looking at him, beaten, and eventually from that they tried to strike the ball. They tried to strike it towards goal, and Mendy's actually managed to mop up. We tried to come forward, but Southampton break it up again inside their own half, play it across their defensive line through midfield. Sterling's made another foul. Referee's going to give another free kick. Silva with an unbelievable clearance off the line. Just an instinctive stick your foot up in the air. He's done it, and he's looking thinking, where's that gone? He's just literally just stopped it from right on the goal line. Unbelievable clearance from Mendy. That's two. That's the first one, Cucurella, the block, and now Mendy. Chelsea not had a shot on target this half so far. Anyway, their ball's played forward. Chelsea half clear. It comes to Walker-Peters. Finds Ward-Prowse. On the byline, Mason Mount comes out to meet him. Southampton throw. Taken quickly, looking for Aribo. Cucurella comes across. Holds off a challenge. Tries to keep it in play, but Aribo picks it off of him. And then he gets back in. And it's a Southampton throw-in again. Smash the like button for me, people. 255 people watching. Welcome along. The only place you get proper commentary of a game on YouTube. For Chelsea channel. Let's just say that. Walker-Peters with a throw-in. Right-hand side. Level the edge of our penalty box. He's got runners. One of them's Aribo. Chilwell comes across. Half clears it. Back to Walker-Peters. Holds it up to find Ward-Prowse. First time ball in the box. Held away by Silva. Chilwell shanks his clearance. And Walker-Peters going to let the ball go out of play for a throw-in. And he does. Mason Mount can't get there. It's another throw-in to Southampton. Once again, he takes his time. Another run towards the corner flag from Che Adams. Back to Walker-Peters. Inside Ward-Prowse. Back out to Che Adams. Tries to play beyond Chilwell. Wins it off of him. And Brozier drops deep to pick the ball up. Goes beyond three Southampton players and finds Pulisic. Turns back inside into trouble, Pulisic. Loses the ball. Southampton come away with it. Holds to stand up. And they do. Well done. Pulisic wins it back to his credit. He's worked hard to go back to the left-hand side to win the ball back. And he's played it up the line to Raheem Sterling, who can't keep the ball in play. It's gone out of play for a Southampton throw-in. Unlucky Pulisic. Worked hard. Honestly, they play the ball out to him. He's on the right wing. He's come back into trouble with five midfielders. All the Southampton midfielders are crowded in the middle of the pitch. He's come back in there. Just go out wide again. But he's lacking confidence because he's not playing enough. Anyway, Southampton throw. Halfway inside their own half. Up the line to Aribo. Heads it forward but can only find Cucurella. He tries to find Ziyech. Can't hold it up. Goes back to Bazunu. And then Bazunu launches the ball forward. High. Up to just outside of our box. Che Adams goes down like he's been shot by a sniper. He's up against Cucurella. Cucurella's just basically said to be fair, Cucurella's stupid. Seeing the replay, he's played the man, not the ball. So then Cucurella looks at linesman and says, "You're joking me." Or words to that effect. Whistler scored for Brentford, the equaliser, 88th minute. Southampton have got a free kick. They're literally right-hand side of centre, 35 yards from goal. Ward-Prowse is over it. Chelsea's defensive line is 5 yards outside of our own penalty box. Djenepo and Ward-Prowse are over it. Southampton got 6 pushed up. Cross comes in towards the back post. Headed away. Well done, Thiago Silva. We're going to mop out with Pulisic. Pulisic up against Aribo. Stops and holds the ball up and does well. Goes back to Koulibally. Edge of our own box. Kovacic drops deep, says, "Give me the ball." Collects it. Gives it wide left to Cucurella. In Akers. Now finds Ziyech and Akers in the centre circle. Great first time ball. Looking for Sterling but can't find him. Then Ward-Prowse nicks in ahead of Chilwell to play it out of play for... He's actually played it off of Chilwell for another Southampton throw-in. Unlucky Hakim Ziyech. He's been good today, Ziyech. I have to say that. Anyway, another Southampton throw-in, which Walker-Peters is juggling the ball with his feet. Referee just doesn't do nothing. Goes back to Walker-Peters. He's forced backwards to his centre half. Launch it forward, back out to the right wing to El Yunusi. Kovacic comes across, wins it off of him. Now finds Pulisic and he does. Pulisic across halfway, acres of space. Driving forward, turns back as Armstrong comes back onside. Kovacic, ball over the top to nobody. There's no run. Brozier went forward to the right-hand side towards the edge of the box, out wide right. Sterling kept his position. Nowhere. I think it might be a 3-5-2. I think it is a 3-5-2 formation. Sterling and Brozier up top. Anyway, Bazunu now launches one high. Chilwell heads it forward to nobody. Ward-Prowse on halfway heads it forward. Walker-Peters. Chelsea nicking and win the ball. And Brozier tries to flick it to the runner Chilwell. Can't do it. And it's gone out of play for another Southampton throw-in. And Cucurella's having another go at the linesman about something. Anyway. He's still arguing with the fourth official, Cucurella, or the linesman, I should say. Concentrate on the game. So play it up the line to Che Adams, up against Cucurella. No free kick. Lays it back off to Walker-Peters by the corner flag. Well done, Kovacic. Steps in and wins it. And then Kovacic's now having a go at the linesman as well about something. Shouting at him quite, I have to say, quite hostile. Anyway, Chelsea take the goal kick quickly to Koulibally. Koulibally finds Kovacic. Back to Koulibally. Halfway inside of our half. Wide right now to Pulisic inside their half now. Pulisic driving forward. Adams tracks back to try and stop him. And he does. Picks the ball up off him. Then Pulisic loses possession. Pulls him back by the shirt. Pulisic is booked. Pulisic goes down the byline. And you're thinking, you've got the pace. You've got the skill to take him on and drive. But what he does every time, he wants to come back inside all the time, Pulisic. He wants to come back on his left foot. Chilwell's on, Dave. He's already on. So Pulisic is booked. 5 across the midfield is Chilwell left. Ziyech, Mount, Kovacic through the middle with Pulisic on the right. Front two is Brozier and Sterling. 3-5-2. Smash the like button for me, people. 10 to go, plus around 4 minutes injury time, I imagine. Bazunu launched it high over Che Adams' head. Mendy clears it or collects it nice and simple and rolls it out to Koulibally, just outside of her own box. Strides forward 10 yards, right hand side of centre. Launches it high, looking for Brozier. Centre half comes across and finds Pulisic, and once again comes back inside Pulisic. This time lays it off to Cucurella. Cucurella finds Chilwell, 25 yards from goal. Comes back inside under pressure. Does well to hold the ball up. Cucurella supports him, gives it back to him. First time Chilwell finds Kovacic. Big ball out to the right hand side. Finds Pulisic. Takes a touch, goes beyond the defender. Byline. Cross comes in. No one there. Salisu gets the ball away. Koulibally collects it halfway inside their half. Eyes up across. Plays it in towards the middle of the penalty box. Headed away by Southampton. Only finds Cucurella. Wide left is Sterling, who drops deep to get involved. Cross comes to the back post. Brozier's there. Big header. Heads it straight down. Bazunu clears the ball away at his near post. Big header from Brozier. Easy. Big defenders couldn't deal with him, Brozier. Play him every day. Every game, play him. You got a focal point out front that causes havoc. Big header. Salisu's been bossing the defensive line. Brozier's literally all over him. He can't live with him. Bazunu saves it his near post. Corner to Chelsea, right hand side. Taken by Mount, high towards the back post, over everybody. They head it out to Ziyech. Cross comes back in towards the back post. Half cleared, then away by Armstrong. Chasing his own ball. Sterling heads back towards his own goal and goes back to Mendy. Nice and simple. Lump it up to Brozier all day long and play off him. Simple as that. Old school, like we did with Giroud, like we did with Costa, like we did with Diego Costa and Drogba, of course. Anyway, Thiago Silva collects it. Koulibally, 10 yards inside their half, right of centre. Lays it off to Pulisic. Goes up the line beyond him. Pulisic holds it up and goes back to Silva. Silva back to Cucurella. 65% possession so far, or in game from Chelsea. Sterling comes inside, crosses towards the penalty spot, comes off the defender with Brozier shutting him down. The ball's played in to Mason Mount, and all of a sudden he just ducked it. He just ducked out of the way and just fooled everyone. And it hit the defender on the thigh. Didn't know a lot about it. Anyway, throwing taken short by Chilwell to Mount. Gets it back. Back to Mount. Squares it to Koulibally. 25 yards from goal. Little dink pass, looking for Ziyech, not on the same wavelength. Southampton clear it, but Cucurella's underneath it. Inside the centre circle, heads it back to Mendy. Plays it back out to Thiago Silva. He strides up, 10 yards inside our own half. Plays it wide right to Koulibally. Takes a touch, 2 touch, then comes inside. No options, so gives it to Kovacic. Bottom of the centre circle. Strides away from a challenge to the left-hand side and finds Mason Mount, who's dropped deep. He's got Chilwell beyond him. But he tries to play a long ball forward like a grass cutter. Southampton half clear it. Chelsea win it back with Kovacic and Hakim Ziyech. Out to Chilwell now. He's got Mason Mount outside of him and finds him. Mount, edge of the box, inside the box, left-hand side to Sterling. Back to Mount. Tries to flick it inside to Ziyech and Southampton read it. Koulibally wins a challenge on the edge. Comes out right-hand side to Pulisic, trying to find Koulibally. They clear it away. Pulisic drops deep to collect it. Right-hand side. Force back Chelsea to Kovacic, back to Thiago Silva. Right-hand side of the centre circle. Silva to Cucurella. Left-hand side is the ball and it is to Chilwell. He's got Sterling beyond him. Takes a touch. Turns. Lays it off to Mount and goes. Sterling's in. Left-hand side of the penalty box. Gets towards the 6-yard box. Doesn't know what to do with the cross. In the end, just gives it straight to the goalkeeper. Brozier's just down there going, what are you doing? And someone who was making a run, Koulibally was making a run back post. Didn't find him. To be fair, Ziyech pulled back on the penalty spot. The way they scored their goal and he got ignored. Ziyech was the man. Play it back to him, he's completely open. Anyway, Bazunu, long goal kick, launches it forward. Chilwell does well under pressure from Che Adams to clear it. Aribo heads it back forward. Chilwell plays it off of El Yunusi. Chelsea throwing halfway inside their own half. Southampton making another change. Probably a defender coming on. Quite a stocky looking, muscly defender. I don't know what his name is. He's coming on by the looks of it. Anyway. The change being made now. So Armstrong's coming off. The shot come off the back of Koulibally and went in. Armstrong's coming off. And Lyanko is coming on. Gone to a back five, Southampton. 3 centre-backs now. Sterling trying to hold off the defender. They don't. Defender lost the ball and gone down like it's been shot. Chelsea play it forward, looking for Sterling. Flicked the ball off to Brozier. This time the defender gets in front. Plays it off of him. Unlucky Brozier. Unlucky. He's done all this to the fans to get the fans going. It's like their cup final. Anyway, come on Chelsea. 86 minutes gone. Right, results. The games that kicked off at 7:30. Palace 1, Brentford 1. Fulham 2, Brighton 1. In the other game, Leeds and Everton are 1-1 after 70 minutes. Anyway, Bazunu going to take the goal kick. He launched it again. Thiago Silva, free header. Heads it out to the right-hand side to Pulisic. Collected by the benches. Holds the ball up inside of Kovacic. Shut down by Aribo. Turns away from him and finds Silva. Nice little dink pass into Mason Mount. Mount now. 10 yards inside their half. Left to centre. Up to Sterling. Lays it off back to Mount. Mount shut down by Ward-Prowse. Back to Cucurella. Chilwell. On the byline. Back to Cucurella. Comes inside. Back out to Chilwell. Chance to cross it. He does. It's hard and low. Southampton deal with it. And they get it away as far as Aribo, but it comes off of him. Out for Chelsea throwing. Halfway inside their half. Cucurella. Take it. Chilwell says, give it to me. Takes it early. Goes back to Thiago Silva. He'll go across to Koulibally. Southampton, everyone deep apart from Che Adams. Koulibally crosses towards the edge of the box to Chilwell. Great header. Heads it inside to Sterling. Collects it. Tries to come inside, but Southampton's player just steps across him. But gives the ball away. Mount tried to turn on the edge of the 6-yard box. 6-yard box. Edges of the D outside the box and couldn't. They get it away. Koulibally now. 10 yards inside their half. Drifts out to the right-hand side. Finds Pulisic on the byline. Flicks it beyond him to Hakim Ziyech. Under pressure. Fouled again off the ball by the bloke who's just come on. And it's a Chelsea free kick. Level the edge of the 6-yard box. Level the edge of their box. Left-hand side. A chance for Ziyech to one of these left-foot swingers. He's there and Mount's there. We got Brozier back post. Chilwell. Silva. Koulibally. Brozier, Chilwell, Silva, Koulibally. On the edge is Sterling. Cross comes in, evades everybody. And they volley the ball clear. Only as far as Cucurella. Brings it down. Top of the centre circle. Finds Kovacic. Goes beyond 2 players to avoid challenges. Still working the ball, Kovacic, really well. And he works out to the left-hand side. Right-hand side, sorry, to Ziyech. Holds it up and goes back to Kova on the halfway line. Plays the ball 20 yards forward to Pulisic on the byline. Tries to go beyond the defender. Doesn't beat him again. Gives away a free kick again. Pulisic. Gineppo, he went beyond him. Gineppo just got his body in front. Pulisic trying to go around him just brings him down. And now he's on to his leg now. Saying he's really wasting time. But honestly, Pulisic is playing you can tell he's got such a lack of confidence. Pulisic. Now the player who's now on his leg is now up. Honestly, smash the like button for me, people. Approaching injury time, whatever that's going to be. Bazunu launches one forward, high. Koulibaly's underneath it. Big header downwards, though. Southampton head it back out of play. Chelsea throw in 25 yards from our own goal line. Koulibaly to Kovacic. Back to Silva. Inside our penalty box is Cucurella. Speeds things up. Good ball out left-hand side to Chilwell. Inside Mason Mount, who drops in to get hold of the ball. Mason Mount. 5 minutes added time. 5 to go. Wide right is Koulibaly. Up to Pulisic on the byline. Back to Koulibaly. Back to Silva. Back to Koulibaly. Over the top, looking for the runner. Pulisic up the line. Does well to chest the ball and control it. Tries to lay it off to Ziyech. Blocked off. But Koulibaly's done well to step in front of Aribo to win the ball. Plays a little dink ball, looking for Broja. Can't find him. Southampton clear the ball away. Thiago Silva tries to head it away, and he does. And Broja does well to step in front of Che Adams when Che Adams looked like he was through on goal, and does well, Kovacic, to win the ball back. Adams picked up a knock. Who cares? It goes to Ziyech. Flicks the ball out to Koulibaly, halfway line. Pulisic inside to Ziyech. Give and go, and he's been brought down off the ball. Referee says free kick to Chelsea. Taken early by Hakim Ziyech. In fact, he leaves it to Koulibaly. He goes back to Thiago Silva. Get it forward. Silva, left-hand side to Cucurella. One more to Ben Chilwell. Gets the ball out of his feet. Mason Mount helps him. Tries to flick it back to him to find him, but can't. Honestly, Mason Mount, what are you doing there? Played the ball up to him, and he tries a little drag back between a defender. Just play the ball nice and true. Anyway, Southampton won their own throw-in inside their own half. Walker Peters to take it halfway. Pinches a few yards. Up to Adams. Holds off Cucurella. Then Chilwell brings him down. Referee gives another free kick. Don't give people opportunity to play for free kicks. Simple as that. Stand up. When you're halfway inside the bloody pitch, stand up. Don't dive in. Make them play the ball and stand up. Anyway, seeing images of the Southampton supporters celebrating like I just won the league. Honestly. Southampton possession has gone all the way out to the left-hand side, all the way back and back to Bazunu. Launch it out to this right-hand side. Adams holds it up and finds Aribo. Gives it straight to Chilwell. First time ball looking for Mount. Can't control it. Southampton defenders launch it forward. Chilwell takes it on his thigh. Does really well. And plays it out the right-hand side to Koulibaly. Koulibaly finds Hakim Ziyech. Ziyech finds Thiago Silva. Finds Kovacic. Bottom of the centre circle now. Kovacic driving forward with a little bit of penetration. Finds Sterling out the byline, wide left. Chilwell's behind him. Sterling's taking him on. Gets towards the byline. Comes back inside Sterling, trying to get around him, but he can't. It's been blocked off by two players. And then they just literally just walk away with the ball and just play it up forward. But Cucurella's won it. Chilwell halfway inside their half. Caught late off the ball by Che Adams. Referee says play on with possession. Chelsea finds Ziyech. Koulibaly right inside the centre. Out to Hakim Ziyech. One more to Pulisic. Level the edge of the box on the right hand side. Comes back inside again to his left foot. Back to Ziyech, who's had to adjust his body position to get hold of the ball on his left foot to find Silva. Top of the centre circle. Ball comes in high. Looking for Broja. Causing problems. They win the first ball. Trying to clear it away second ball, but Cucurella's going to win it. And he does. It's a Chelsea throw-in 5 yards from the corner flag. Mount lays it inside to Kovacic. Tries to find Mount with a return ball. Mount does well to make something of it. And it's a Chelsea corner. Walker Peters clears the ball away. Chelsea corner. A minute and a half, maybe, of injury time to go. Mendy's coming up for the corner. Ziyech to take it. Left foot outswinger from the left wing. Cross comes in towards the near post. Half cleared. Comes to Kovacic. Shot blocked. Sterling plays it back out to Mount. To Ziyech. Takes a touch. Ziyech towards the back post. Cross comes in. Head away at the near post. Out to Mount, volleys it forward, and then Southampton just blasts the ball away. And Cucurella's got time to bring it down. He's under pressure, Cucurella, and he does well to head the ball away. He's been fouled by Ward-Prowse. Honestly, Southampton are so physical. What a physical football team they are. Anyway, bottom of the centre circle, Kovacic. Game's still going. Launched it looking for Brozier. Over his head. It goes across to Bazunu, who just waits for the ball by his byline to collect it. Ah, dearie me. Tuchel remains standing there, arms folded, gilet on, as I said. Hassan Hutel is pacing up and down, encouraging his players, and Bazunu launches it forward now. And with that, Aribo fouls Cucurella. The referee blows up. And it's Southampton 2, Chelsea 1. And despite the changes in the second half to try and change and force the game, Chelsea could never really get that final pass right for whatever reason. The one ball they did put into Brozier, he made a nuisance of himself, got a header on goal. The referee had to push the ball wide. But apart from that, you've got to say, second half, it wasn't good enough at all by any stretch. The whole game wasn't good enough. The defensive mistakes. Bearing in mind we're a goal up, in command of this game, and Southampton come back in. The physical side, Southampton. And for me, it's crying out for a target man up front for Chelsea. The way we're playing, he's got to be a target man. Looking at Thiago Silva walking off, not happy. Southampton are just congratulating themselves, you can imagine. The manager's overjoyed. But defensive mistakes cost us, and Southampton took their chances. Chelsea didn't do enough. Did not do enough in the second half, you have to say. It's all good having possession of the ball to the final third. But the problem, once again, is it's the final ball. It's the final pass. Chelsea, you can, guys, you guys in the chat about Tuchel out and all this nonsense, have your opinion. Now we've lost the game. Fair enough. But listen, it's up to the players. It's up to the players to drive the performances. Yes, the manager can have an influence on the game. He can make changes. But the problem that we've got is there's until Brozier come on, there was no target man. There's someone to play up to for me. Kai Havertz was playing up there, the left-hand side, didn't do enough today, was not in the game at all. And that's the problem. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to put the ball in the back of the net. You've got to create chances to do so. Southampton did, and they won the game. And they're all walking around their own fans, applauding the fans, they're all being applauded, which is fair play at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, you know, they played collectively well, as a team, done really well, won the game. As far as Chelsea's concerned, didn't do enough. By any stretch of the imagination, did not do enough. So Hassan Hutel was giving all this to the fans, doing the old free things like Klopp does at Liverpool. But the problem that you've got is he's now got a decision to make with the attacking situation at Chelsea now. He's either got to put trust in Brozier and play him the next 3 or 4 games, or he's got to bring in Ronaldo. Someone like that. Go and get Ronaldo. Because at the end of the day, the guy's going to score you goals. He's great in the air. He can't really hold the ball up and play a focal point, a target man. But if you get the ball in the box, if you play to literally get it wide the first time in, or always look for that ball in the box, always look for Ronaldo there, you have more joy than you won't. The amount of goals this guy will score at the end of the day. So, will Aubameyang do that? Will he make a difference to us if we can get that deal done? And I don't know why it's taking so long, honestly. So, it's been the same for 2 seasons now. Last year was the same. Chelsea were Jekyll and Hyde. They were great in some games. Look at the Tottenham game, outstanding going forward as a team, as a collective. We've not seen that for a couple of weeks now, I have to say. So, Chelsea have lost 2 of their opening 5 games in the Premier League. And that's not great, is it? If you want to close the gap to Man City and Liverpool, it's not great at all. So, I mean, is the answer a target man? Is the answer a focal point up front? Is the answer Ronaldo? Or is the answer Brozier? That's what we have to ask ourselves. So, full-time scores tonight. Palace 1, Brentford 1. Fulham 2, Brighton 1. Southampton 2, Chelsea 1, as we know. At the moment, Leeds and Everton are 1-1. And they've got around 8 minutes to play. Tomorrow, Arsenal Villa, Bournemouth Wolves, Man City Forest, West Ham Tottenham, Liverpool Newcastle, and on Thursday, Leicester Man United. Honestly, it's so frustrating. The squad that you've got. Now, what I'd say is this. You've got, as a manager, you've got 2 choices to make. The choices that you've got to make are how you approach the game with the squad that you've got. Do you try and fit people into the way you want to play? The way you believe we should be playing the game? Or do you look at the players that you've got and work on a formation that suits the players in the squad that you've got? And that's what we have to ask ourselves now, at the end of the day. There's obviously an issue. Now, I was giving people abuse. Well, not abuse. I was just telling people at half-time, look, you're moaning about the game already. It's been done and all this nonsense. And all being negative and all that. We've still got half of football to play. We asked for changes. We got our 4 changes in the second half. We dominated the game, but couldn't really create anything apart from a Brozier header. And that was it. Because Southampton crowded the game out. They pressed. Southampton did fantastically well with their physicality tonight. The way they pressed us inside their own half. And how we had no space and how organised they were in and around the edge of their box. So, let's give them credit. But the problem that you've got here is, look at N'Golo Kante at Chelsea. When he walked in the door, he said, let's play the way you've been playing the last couple of seasons, your 4-3, 2-3-1, whatever it was. You know, we worked with that. And we went 10 games or whatever it was. We went 7 games or 6 games, whatever it was. I'm not sure what it was. Then we got stuffed against the Arsenal in the first half. We lost against Liverpool, Stamford Bridge. Then we got stuffed first half against Arsenal, 3-0 down. And that's when he went, well, this is what I think this squad can play, and made the switch to the back 3, and the rest was history. We won 30 games after that point, won the league. He looked at the squad that he got, and he looked at what formation would suit the existing squad that he's got, and worked with it. And everyone bought into it, and they won the league. Now, there's an argument that Thomas Tuchel is not doing that. That what he's doing is looking at a formation that Chelsea play that he believes will be successful because he was with the Champions League when we won the Champions League when he came in. And maybe that's what drives his decisions. The fact that they won the Champions League with this formation and he can do it again with these players. The problem is we've got a squad that just looks a bit lopsided when it comes to the way we want to play. So I'm trying to be the other side of the argument now. The people that are all negative and all this sort of stuff. I'm not saying that Thomas Tuchel should be sacked. What I'm saying is I'm trying to make a judgment from the other side of the argument, the negative side, the critical side. So you've got players like Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Hakim Ziyech, that are natural wide players that don't want to play number 10 roles. They're natural wide players. That's where they've made their name. That's where they've been successful. And now you've seen Hudson-Odoi go out on loan to Bayer Leverkusen. You're now left with Pulisic and Ziyech. And Ziyech done well today. I'll give him credit. I thought he had a good game today, Ziyech. Playing like a number 10 role. And actually did all right. But once again, Hakim Ziyech's game is picking the ball up out wide and literally side on, where he can see where the defender's coming towards him, he can see where the ball's coming towards him, and he's a player that paints a picture in his head or where everybody is before he collects that ball. So when he collects it, he looks up and he plays it where he's seen where there's space or where someone making a run, and that's where he is devastating, Hakim Ziyech. The problem is he's being played as a number 10 with his back to goal, and every time he gets the ball deep or collects it back to goal in and around their box, he's got somebody up his arse and he can't turn. He can't get on the half turn. So he done well today, though, to be fair. Done really well with it today, Hakim Ziyech. But then you got Pulisic again. So Christian Pulisic. Today, lack of confidence. How many times in a couple of seasons back when he was firing, before he got injured in the cup semi-final, the cup final, Pulisic was on fire, taking people on, getting down the byline, coming inside and dribbling, taking people on. So confident in his game, scoring goals, important goals for Chelsea. It's completely gone. Absolutely gone. Every time he gets the ball down the byline, he goes 2 steps forward, he stops because he's got a defender up against him, and he either chooses to come into midfield where there's a crowded like number of players, or he goes backwards. There's just this lack of belief that he can go forward and go and do what we all know that he can do. Whereas if you play him in an attacking area, not as a right-sided midfielder or wing-back, but play him as one of the front three on the left-hand side, coming in, he can cause damage. Simple as that. So a lot of people don't agree with me. They say, 4-3-3 doesn't suit us. Yes, it does, with the 2 wide players that we've got. So Tuchel needs to look at the squad now and look at changing things. He was forced into a change today because Reece James is sick. He's also, look at the fact that he's also got, Gallagher's obviously suspended. So Reece James is a massive loss for Chelsea today. Massive loss. So Aspi, they're looking and go, how can we approach this against Southampton? Let's go 4 at the back. So he tried a 4 at the back. And we got caught out twice in the first half, conceded 2 goals, 2 soft goals. One of them was, unfortunate, the half clearance from a corner, comes to the edge of the box, great curling shot to the far post, can't do a lot about it. Mendy does get his hand to it. And the second one, we all get sucked in with a run. Rather than watch the ball, we watch the run. And we all drop into the 6-yard box. Armstrong steps back towards the penalty spot. He gets picked out. And by the time we try and get out to him, he deflects off the back of bloody Koulibaly's back and avoids Mendy and goes into the far corner. So it's a situation where now a lot of people are going to be criticising Thomas Tuchel for his decisions, his tactical decisions. Some will argue he was forced into the 4 at the back today. I honestly thought he'd start with a 3. I thought we'd go Koulibaly, Silva and Azpilicueta and play Loftus-Cheek as a right wing back and play maybe Mason Mount or even Kovacic from the start next to Jorginho with Chilwell on the left-hand side. That's what I thought was the 4, with obviously Sterling, Havertz and maybe Ziyech or Pulisic. That's what I thought he'd go with today. Didn't happen. But it's just, he's got to do something now, Thomas Tuchel. He has to do something now because he'll get pressurised now from the owner. They're working hard together to try and get some targets in. There's still players we're being linked with. We're being linked with Zaha, being linked with Aubameyang. But the biggest problem that Chelsea have had in the last 2 to 3 seasons is putting the ball in the back of the net. Simple as that. And there's, like I keep saying, just swallow it. Go and get Ronaldo. He'll get you 20 goals this season without question. Just go and get him. Son Aubameyang. Aubameyang's not a focal point out front. Honestly. So, yes, you might have to adjust your tactics and the way you play because you're always going to look for Ronaldo's run first, not anybody else. But the guy can head the ball, he can score a goal, he's quick, he's still strong. Honestly. So if you're not going to go and do that, then give Broja the go. He was good when he come on, Broja. He was busy. He was physical. He gave it back to their centre-halves who didn't like it. He won his headers. Just play to him, Broja. He scores goals for fun as well. Yes, he's not experienced enough at this level, but you only get experience by playing. So I understand the argument, what people are saying about Thomas Tuchel. People are saying about, sack him and all this sort of stuff. He won't be sacked at the moment, but he does need to come up with something different now. He has to. Is there an argument if Reece James played today, the result will be different? Possibly not. You know, Kante. We miss Kante. He's out injured for another month. Kova's not quite 100% fit, but, I mean, when needs must, you've got to play. Give us everything that you've got for an hour. 70 minutes. Then we'll change you. But, yeah, it's the way we consider the goals. We went 1-0 up. We considered 2 sloppy goals. We didn't do enough to come back and get an equaliser and take the game on and try and win it. And we've suffered for it. And we've lost again. We got embarrassed against Leeds. Not a single player or the manager come out with any credit from that game. And now, at times, we got bossed. We literally got just out-muscled at times today. And that's disappointing. So, Tuchel needs to come up with a different formation. He needs to come up with an answer. And Todd Bowley and Thomas Tuchel need to come up with a centre-forward. Either Brozier, go with him and give him a number of games. Give him like the next 10 games in a row. Or go out and get Ronaldo. Or if you have to, Aubameyang. So, you know, I understand what people are saying. I do understand what people are saying. It's just frustrating as hell. So I've got, on my channel, I've got 179 likes so far. Can I go for 21 more? Hit 200 likes, that'd be amazing. I would appreciate your support, every single one of you. Right, I'm going to read some of these comments now. Rob says not enough from Kai Mount and Ziyech. Ian says Shannon can't beat a leg, let alone an opponent's defender. Alonso, Thomas Tuchel is a great manager but doesn't know how to get a system that doesn't rely on N'Golo Kante. Plan B or Plan C formation non-existent. Andre, I could have seen from pre-season that no goals in this team. Tuchel spend millions of problems at the top. Rabba says this team's never beaten Chelsea for 20 years. Not until today. Terry, Thomas Tuchel should have dropped Havertz and started Brozier. Canary, Austria, TT Blight all today. Look at the lineup, Ziyech and Havertz up front. Eddie says if we don't get a proper defensive midfielder, we'll get the same result every week till the end of the season. Sterling confidence are becoming low, or becoming Werner level. He scored today. He scored his 3rd goal in 2 games. He's flying. I think he'll be fine. Ian says, being realistic, we're a mile behind so many teams. They've sussed us out. We'll struggle to make top 5. What does everybody else think of that? One more like for 200. That'd be amazing. Thank you very much. Leeds Everton finished 1-1, by the way. Let's have your comments, people. Let's have your comments. I'll read out as many as I can. But another defeat for Chelsea. 200 likes. Thank you very much. Make sure you also check out the channel homepage. Check out the other videos on the channel, such as the 5-minute news, and also some of the other commentaries. And if you want to support the channel, just £1, £1 British pound equivalent a month, then become a member. Austin says, the Chelsea team is not good enough. We need a new midfielder. Otherwise, we get the same results every week. Is the problem in midfield, or is the problem through the attacking line? Just putting a little post up just so people know what we're talking about currently. Team needs goals. We won't make the top 5, says Terry. If Ryan was here, he'd be sacked. Tab says, you think the new central defensive midfielder will make a difference? Go all out for Declan Rice. Alonso, TT is stubborn and struggling to try and change his tactics to accommodate best abilities in players rather than playing them out of position. Yeah, I mean, it's like square pegs round holes, isn't it? Lowy says we're lucky to finish top 5. Terry says the problem starts in midfield. We're not physical or creative enough. It's a good shout. I don't disagree with that at all. Osteen says, attacking line obviously has problems, but I think there are underlying issues in midfield. Jorginho's too slow and not good enough defensively. And Andre says, really good goal scorer. Chris O says, we need CR7, let's be honest. I'll take Ronaldo right now to give you goals. It's going to change the way we play, but let's all say this right now. Everyone's talking now saying we need to change the way we play. So, honestly. Canary Austria says, TT should not tell me he's not seeing Kai Havertz's performance since 4 matches, still playing over Armando Broja, exactly. Ghana, Germany, TT would have been fired if Abramovich. He's very lucky. Keep your comments coming. Keep them coming. Come and have your say. Chelsdaft pub is now open. It's in session. We're talking the game. We're talking what we need. And we're talking your general thoughts. So, post them away. Ice cold. Didn't look good today, but we're done building the team. But we're not done building this team. Fofana will give us a big defensive boost. I think he will, Fofana. And I think with Fofana there, Koulibally, Fofana and Silva, hopefully a cohesive unit. And then you're looking at Reece James and Chilwell for me. I know Cucurella spent a lot of money on Cucurella and he's busy. I didn't think he was having that good a game, Cucurella. I have to say that. Then he made a great, honestly, that block he made, when you see it on the replays, outstanding. This is a good shout. Tabs. Should Mendy be dropped for Kepa? Now, when you talk about goals being conceded, then you also got to look at the goalkeeper as part of the defensive unit. Simple as that. And I think he could have done better with the goals today. But it just concerns me, Mendy. Just watch him for the goals, and just watch him for like penalties. He goes down so easy and so quickly. Like he's expecting the ball to be lower. You know, it's just. I'm not blaming him for saying it's his fault. Blah blah blah. I'm just saying. Yelena says Tuchel out now. You not think he'll be given a chance? Hopefully he will be to change it, but he must change it. Steve says, whatever system or tactics you play, you have to score. It's as simple as that. Exactly. Lowy says, it's just like last season. We need a goal scorer. CR7 will definitely do, as we're desperate and we need a goal scorer. Ghana, Germany says, Tuchel is always like that. His changes and selections are poor. Chris O says, seeing Haaland help City come back to win 4-2, and we can't even do that. Why we need coming on our midfield playing their heart out and just Sterling alone doing something and making good runs. Alonso, how are Tammy, Giroud, Werner all doing well since leaving Tiki's tactical formation? Is Tuchel not a man manager? Terry says he doesn't think he needs sacking now, but he does need to examine himself and his decisions. That's the thing. You're paid to manage the team. You're paid to coach the team. You're paid to make the right decisions when you pick your formation and you start 11, and also to influence the game from the sideline. With 5 changes now. We made 4 today, not 5. The overall consensus, well, in the last couple of comments, is players being played out of position. That's what I mean. Play people in their positions, and that's what Conte did. Antonio Conte looked at the players. This is the formation that I think will suit you guys. You can play in. You all feel comfortable in doing it. And he'd done it. Gianpero, how are you? We created nothing in the second half. Very worrying indeed. We did. We created an opportunity for Broja back post, but he had it down. Not back the way it came. He had it down towards the near post and made Bazunu. It's easy for Bazunu to push the ball away from his near post out for a corner. If he'd gone back the other way, he might have caused him a problem. But you can't really judge that. So it's just one of those formations. It's a situation now where a lot of Chelsea faithful are now talking about the fact that it's poor. And it is poor. You have to say it's poor. We don't create enough. We've got no real... We're not cutthroat enough. And you look at the way we've been playing, last season, this season, without a recognised striker, and you after today and Leeds, you've got to sit there and go, right, now's the time. That's it now. Now's the time for us to play with a recognised striker up front. And whoever that's going to be, by the end of the window, so be it. But we need to play with a striker through the middle. Kai Havertz is not a striker. He's not got a striker's instinct to make the runs that strikers do. He needs to play as a number 10. Or box to box. I'm not sure he can do that role though, that's the problem. So, Gerald, how are you, mate? Yeah. Good to see you back again with lots of good players, but I'm still confused with this present team. I think most of us are. Most of us are confused with players, like we keep saying, players being played out of position. The tactical change is not good enough. The substitutions are not really good enough. You know. So, he made the change today to go back 3, 5 across the midfield to flood the midfield and push somebody up next to Sterling. And if anything, Sterling just disappeared. And opportunities to get down the left-hand side they want to cut back inside again. You sort of look at this, the way we play, when the ball goes wide, and there's no first-time balls in the box anymore. I'm thinking about our game today, both sides, left and right. There's always a touch first to set it up, then get the ball in the box. Or there's a touch, another touch, then the ball in the box, whipped in. There's no, literally, play the ball out wide and just whack it in first time in the box. First time ball. You play the ball in early, it creates confusion because people not set themselves because they expect you to take a touch. You've got to mix it up a bit in all areas of the pitch. Through midfield, need creativity in midfield. Haven't really got it. Got no one like the Fabregas quarterback style that can just pinpoint and just pick a pass out from nowhere. We haven't got that. And that's what's really, really frustrating. Really frustrating for all of us. So, like I say, guys, I'm asking you guys the question. Every single one of you watching, smash the like button. Keep smashing it for me. 211 so far, which is outstanding. Is it the midfield? Is it being creative enough in midfield? And is that down to the players that we got available or the current formation playing the two deeper line midfielders? Is that the problem area? Or is it wide? Is it by playing the two wing-backs wide? You know, and at the moment we're not actually playing the two wing-backs that were taking the Premier League by storm last season, both free scoring and both creating chances, Chilwell and Reece James, not starting together because of the injury to Chilwell. So, is that an area that needs to be looked at? Wide. Do we ditch the wing-backs and go and actually stick with a back 4? And people are going to turn around and say, if you go to a back 4, then Thiago Silva can't really play that position because he's too slow. I honestly believe, I think Thomas Tuchel will stick with a back 3. And he will stick with Fofana, Silva, Koulibaly. Whether Koulibaly plays on the left or Fofana plays on the left or plays on the right. But those three will be the first choice for me. Backed up by, you've got Reece James can play there, Aspi can play there, Cucurella can play there, Chalobah. They've got plenty of options in that position now when they get Fofana done and dusted in. So defensively, it's sorting out, do you go to a back 4 or stick with a 3? From that point, you then go, right, okay. So two deep line midfielders, if anything, they don't really go forward. So do you want to play with wing backs or wingers instead? Because you can ask one of the two defensive midfielders or deep line midfielders to sit in and make the 4 there at the back to cover any counter attacks. Or the 2. Have you break the team in half. 5 defensive minded players, your back 3 in your midfield, 2 in front, 5 players that can go forward. But the problem that you got is it the formation? Is there a better formation that suits our players? Is it the creativity in midfield? Is it wide areas? Or is it the main problem up front? And when we get somebody in, which hopefully we will do, is it the supply to them that's the problem? Or just having someone there as the focal point that can put the ball in the back of the net is what we've been lacking for 3 years. So, Chelsea, from what I'm seeing when we watch the way we play, Chelsea are in desperate need of someone that can literally play as the focal point, but not as a target man, but the focal point of our attack. So we're looking for their run first, as in Fernando Torres at Liverpool. Look at Torres when he played for Liverpool. Go onto YouTube, look at the old footage of Torres. Every time that Liverpool team broke up play and won the ball back, whether it was in fullback areas, defensive areas, through midfield, they picked the ball up, lift their head up, and look for his run. And Torres knew that, and he made his runs all the time, and he got played in time and time and time again. He did the same runs at Chelsea, but we weren't built like that. We were built to play up with someone to hold it up first. So it never worked. That was the problem with Torres and Chelsea. Now, having the Torres style of player now would work for me because the way we play. If you can coach the players that the first look is not that way, sideways, it's forward and play the ball into a channel or in behind rather than go sideways to go forward or play the ball up to someone, hold the ball up and play it backwards. You know, I'm not so sure, but Aubameyang will give you that mobility to pull off the shoulder of the defender running behind. Like, I mean, there's an argument that Timo Werner would anyway, but Ronaldo would. Ronaldo, watch the way he plays. Every single team he's played for, he demands when that ball goes wide or picked up in midfield, you're going to pick me out. And he knows what runs to make, and everyone gets used to his runs, and they pick him out. And when they pick him out, more often than not, he's more successful than when he isn't in front of goal. So you've got that sort of situation. You've got the Aubameyang, Ronaldo in behind, put the ball in the back of the net at will, but the supply's got to be right to both of them. On the flip side, you've got Brozier. Looking at him, tall, strong, body defenders. In that cameo he's come on at Southampton, he's proven that to me already. Go with him as the target man. Lead the line and play off him. Get Sterling around him. Get Mount around him. Whoever around him. Play off of him. Play up to him. Play off of him. Play him in. Play it in the air to him. So there's 2 options for Thomas Tuchel here and Todd Bowley, for me. You either invest time in the target man, the actual target man that you've got, in the Giroud mould, Diego Costa and Didier Drogba mould, and he will become as good as, well, up there with the Girouds and the Costas, 100%. But you've got to play up to him. You've got to play up to him. You've got to play that way, and the team's got to build up to him and play around him and off him. Because he can hold the ball up. He can dominate defenders. Just the way that these guys did. So that's the option that you've got. Either you do that, or, as Terry says here, you play fluid up front. And you're looking for someone that makes those runs in the channel, in behind. Someone can put the ball in the back of the net. I'm not saying Ronaldo's going to make runs in behind, but he'll find space. And if you play to him and play the first ball, the first look is him, then it can work. But the first look has always got to be him. That's what he demands. And he didn't get it at Man United. And despite that, he still scored 24 goals. Now he's frustrated because they're not going to play that way. They want to build. And he doesn't fit in. So, Ronaldo, I'm saying this because we don't score enough goals. This bloke puts the ball in the back of the net at will. So get Ronaldo in. Get him done. Get him in. He wants to play Champions League. Get him back in the Champions League. Get him leading our line and play up to him and make it the first look you've got is his run, because that's the only way it'll work. Or you get Aubameyang, who scored bags of goals under Tuchel. But was Tuchel playing the same way for Dortmund when Aubameyang was there? Was it the same formation? I don't know. So that's what we're faced with. What do you guys think? Alonso, great shout. In the past, if Diego Costa didn't score, Hazard did. If Drogba didn't score, Lampard did. If Hasselbank didn't score, Johnson did. If Zola didn't score, Poyet did. In 2022, we haven't got this at all. Ian Chin says, when defence is fit, they're spot on. Conte and Kova, spot on. Up front is a problem. Give Broja a chance with Sterling and... Who's that? Aubameyang. I believe that's what I think you're trying to mean. I see that. Tuchel spoke to Ralph Raniak, who said, do not take him, Ronaldo. But needs must. Bowley's a big fan. He wants a big statement signing, despite the ones he's already made. I think you ask any Chelsea fan around the world, what's the biggest problem for Chelsea at the moment? They're going to say scoring goals. How do you solve that? Well, I think we all know, don't we? What's going on Twitter at the minute? I bet it's going mental. Chelsea away on Twitter. Every single player come over and thanks us travelling supporters apart from Pulisic. Make of that what you will. So Thomas Tuchel quotes after the game said, hold on, let's bring this up. The press conference, hold on. Tuchel says, we're not tough enough to win these matches away. It's too easy to push us off the track. It's too easy to bully us. That's what Tuchel has said already. In his press conference. We're too easy to play against when we're away from home, and we just get bullied. He's not wrong, is he? I'm just waiting for more of his quotes coming through. Let's have a look on here. Indefinite says we've got no scoring midfielders. End of story. We've got no threats in the midfield. We need attacking threats on the front line and in our midfield. What else is happening on here? Chelsea need to toughen up as a team, says Thomas Tuchel. Clinton says we've got no one who can go score outside the box or inside no more. That's what I keep saying, people. Is it? See, this is interesting because a lot of people are saying Thomas Tuchel, soft defending. There's no need to give shots away. Just toughen up as a team and show a different mentality. He's asked his players. He's questioning his players' mentality now. So he's asked them to toughen up. Interesting, I have to say. Garland Germany says you're leading instead of you wake up and talk to your players. You're sitting down, lazy trainer. Krisho says I can see Thomas Tuchel out too. I'm not seeing identity in his games. Thomas Tuchel get out coached. Ice cold. That's fair. Chelsea got bullied by Southampton. Lost the mental edge. So there's a headline in one of the papers that's appeared already. Saints shock sloppy Blues. Hold on. So Gabe Henderson from the Pride of London. It says, this was to be expected from Chelsea. A squad overhaul and a stressful summer have done enough to make this team regress. Factor in many other Premier League clubs getting better and there is destined to be growing pains. Stay the course, trust the process, stick with Tuchel. What do you guys think of that? Right, an update on Fofana. Fofana's moved to Chelsea. Full medical completed on Monday in New York. Final fee, $72 million with no add-ons. Signed a 6-year deal. Personal terms agreed first week of August. Chelsea had 3 bids rejected. 72 million. 60 million, 62 million plus 3 million add-ons. And a fee equaling 72 million, including the add-ons rejected. Final fee, £72 million with no add-ons whatsoever. Interesting. 6-year deal for Fofana. Let's have a look on here. Canary Australia. To be honest, we escaped 3-1 Chelsea. Mark Cucurella say the shame exactly. Alonso, would Jose Conte and Sarri do better? Honestly, I think they would. Honestly. I think Conte would, 100%. Because he looks at his team and the squad, and he looks at how he can approach the game and get the best out of the players that he's got, rather than try and pigeonhole the players into a formation that he thinks or that he wants them to play. He analyses the players he's got, and then he makes decisions. Like, look at Reguilon at Tottenham, for example. So Reguilon was like the one we were after. Everyone was after Reguilon. He'd been outstanding on loan at Sevilla. The Real Madrid left wing back comes into Tottenham, played for a couple of managers, didn't work out. Conte went in, had a look at him. Next season, he's gone. Doesn't fit the way he wants to play. Anyway, Benjamin, no Chelsea player can shoot from afar. What's the coach doing about that? Patrick says, some players are not good enough. For example, Mount, Havertz and Pulisic. Mount, I have to question your view of Mason Mount. Crisho, I can see Pep identity. Klopp, even Jose. What brand do we have? Yes, we win against small teams, but struggle too much. I don't know who's their coach wise, but it's hard being a Chelsea fan. Terry, stick with Thomas Tuchel if you want to spend another $500 million and hear more excuses. The man loves to point a finger. Interesting. Honest question, I can't think of any. Has Thomas Tuchel made any player better since he's managed? Not so sure. Rudiger. RM says, you can't simply say toughen up and it happens. The personnel do not fit with playing a tough style. Alonso, thanks for the super chat, by the way. Much appreciated. Deary mate. I can imagine the Twitterati, the keyboard warriors on social media are going mental right now. It's just toxic. It's a toxic fan base, unfortunately, worldwide. Right, Taz, Mount is worse, Pulisic worse, Havertz worse. I can't think he's made better any of the players or made any of these players stand out. I do understand what you're saying, and I can't really, if you ask the question, I can't really disagree with it. I mean, making players better. Rudiger, definitely, to a point. Not so sure. So we take on West Ham on Saturday. Here's a good tweet. Here's a real good tweet. Scotty Hayter says, West Ham Saturday. Start fit midfielders in centre midfield. Start the wing-backs at wing-back. Start a centre-forward in the centre-forward position. Drop those who are looking to be moved on and want out. And play those who are desperate to play. Stay. Great shout. Great shout. I'm retweeting that one. So Joe Cole is Joe Cole has been quoted on. He's obviously done a BT Sport coverage in the studio, and he said this: Chelsea had no answers. They started with a back four, which was different, and they looked off it with unforced errors and no cohesion. Kai Havertz didn't look comfortable. Can't disagree, can we? Robert, thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it. Whatever you asked, repost it. Alonso, thank you very much for the second one. If we lose the third round League Cup, Thomas Tuchel is done. I think we lose against Liverpool. I think we're done again. But let's have a look on here. What else are we reading on here? I've just got my other computer reading social media, so hold on. Oh, we've seen that one. We've seen that. Soft as a team. Toughen up. Tom, how are you, mate? Tuchel I love because of winning Champions League, but what is he waiting for? The team isn't about to click by the looks of it. If anything, it's gone backwards. He needs to get players playing now. And that's the thing, right? Oh, Jesus. Hold on. Thomas Tuchel on Loftus-Cheek. Hamstring injury. Next midfielder out. No one left. Recommendation for coach at 20 minutes. I also don't understand why we're in this situation. We've got injuries. All players in midfield. We need to find solutions. So Loftus-Cheek's on his hamstring as well, which is marvellous. Yeah, you just get a feeling, you just get a sense of it just turning now, don't you? It's just, I think we're all going to love Thomas Tuchel for what he did when we won the Champions League. Let's be honest. That'll be forever in our hearts, you know. And maybe he's had some time off of that, and he's got away with a few things. We gave him a bye because what he did in the Champions League. Last season, eye-opener really. Sometimes the performances were just poor. You've literally gone Jekyll and Hyde. This season, started off, yes, there's been the whole situation with the takeover and delayed sort of summer. He's gone out and bought Koulibaly to replace Rudiger. He's gone out and got Cucurella. Emerson's gone, so Cucurella's in. And we've bought good players that have come into the football club. But again, I understand that the defensive side needed reinforcements with Christensen and Rudiger going. Straightforward. Koulibaly, Christensen, Rudiger and Emerson going within the squad. Koulibaly, Fofana and Cucurella. If anything, we've improved the options that we've got as a collective three compared to those three that left, in my view. But it's still the problem. Still, it's up front, and it's through midfield, having a creative midfielder. Can we play Mason Mount deeper rather than being pushed up in that number 10 role? Can we play him a little bit deeper so he can see the game in front of him? He can pick his passes. Can he do that role? He gets stuck in. Can he do that role? Alonso, thank you again. Fans are now being divided. TT bad or players bad? No, I know. This is the thing. And this is what causes the discussions through social media and everything else. It's just you look at how do you sit there and explain 1-0 commanding position, First 4 minutes were dodgy. Southampton played better than us. We then come back into it, got the goal, and you're thinking, right, kick on now. Because we created good opportunities to play a final ball, which we didn't play. If you watch that first half again, there was 2 opportunities where we got wide left-hand side and we were unmarked and just all we had to do was play them in. One of them was a break from midfield, Mason Mount, or whoever it was. They didn't play the pass. Sterling held it on too long and got fouled. And the other one was when Sterling went through. We were 2-on-1. All he had to do was lay the ball off to his left to Kai Havertz and he held on to it too long to have a shot and got charged down. So, on another day, someone looks up and makes that decision to make the pass rather than hold on to the ball. And we could then benefit from it. We could reap rewards from it. But, you know, it's just, you know. But yeah, Daniel Charles from Football London, son of Chelsea, has actually said you cannot talk about Carney Chukwuemeka being a midfield option, then to say you had nothing left on the bench, you put him on. Tuchel said obviously he's got, no options. Loftus-Cheek's injured. You've got Carney there on the bench. So for him, that's a bit of a kick in the teeth. Anyway, let's get back to the chat. Mr. Richards, how are you? We've got one of the best academies in the world. Is there nobody we can bring through to keep these players on their toes? Jorginho, Mount, Havertz, Pulisic, Loftus-Cheek, all poor. Krisho, Tuchel will make Haaland look a bad signing. Clinton will just need the players to gel. Tab's problem is he's playing the same players out of their positions and not changing things. So how can we say it's the players or the manager that's the problems? Hence the divide. Tom says, yeah, you can feel the dark storm clouds are coming fast over the horizon. A storm we all know too well. Bowley ain't going to be Roman, but the geezer ain't spunking money to back Tuchel if this goes on. He also says Mason has to start deeper now. He clearly is not going to get us the numbers we need up top, so playing deeper where we need him. That's what I'm saying. Do we play Mason Mount deep line midfield to create from that position? Oh, brilliant. Scorker. The website Scorker. Chelsea have conceded 3 goals from set pieces in the Premier League already this season. Make of that what you will. It's been the chop and change in the back line, defensive line. I think going forward, starting with West Ham, Fofana's coming in, obviously. So Tuchel's now got to stick with a back 5 and stick with them for the time being. You make a decision on Mendy. Do you stick with him or go Kepa? Simple. You go Fofana, Silva, Koulibaly. That's my back 3, week in, week out, with Chilwell and Reece James. That's my back 5 even. That's it. Stick with them. Week in, week out. They build a relationship, all of them. New signings. If you have to bring in Cucurella, bring him in, no problem. Now and again. He's already started to form relationships with people. And then you go on your midfield 2. What's our strongest? Midfield 2. Based on the fact we're looking for people to keep hold of the ball, play possession, and create. Is that Jorginho? Probably not. So if everyone's fit, it's Kante and Kovacic all day long. Drive from that position, influence from that position. And then you go, right, in the attacking areas, let's stick with our strongest 3 and go with it. Strongest 11 for the next 3, 4, 5 games. And send up to everybody else to step up. So, honestly, but we need a striker. Go with Brozier. Terry, the squad is not prepared. Who's responsible for that? If we're not physical enough, who's to blame? TT is picking a squad. Thomas Tuchel has options, but no new tactics. Great point. Ian Chin says, constant passing back, so frustrated. Nobody takes the ball forward until the end when Chilwell comes on and there seems to be more forward motion. Give Billy Gilmore a chance. I'm not sure he's going to do that. I'm not sure he's going to give him a chance because I don't think he thinks he's big enough or strong enough to handle the pressure of Premier League football in that position, which is unfair, but it's his opinion. In fairness, Chukwuemeka played only the other day for our Premier League 2 side. Okay. Alonso, See, how long did you give with Thomas Tuchel? A couple more games. Couple more games. Got to be, isn't it? If we lose against West Ham, then that's already 3 defeats in the first 6 games. And that's the problem. And that's where you start getting players starting, not necessarily buying into the formation and this sort of stuff. Ah, dearie me. Of course, people will start talking about Pochettino's out there, manager-wise. There's other managers around. Clinton says, I'll give it till Christmas to see where we're at, and then for Thomas Tuchel. I think there won't be any. If there's a knee-jerk reaction now, I'll be hugely. I'll be mortified. I don't expect that at all. But the reaction I do expect is Thomas Tuchel to do something different with the team, to literally try to do something different, to mix things up a bit. Thomas Tuchel is saying this, guys, sorry, but how is Billy not working a chance? He's bulked up loads from a few seasons ago. Bill Boy says he's so pissed off with what's happened. Super Chelsea TV says, why did Ziyech play? He played because of the lack of numbers. Tom, have we still got Anthony Barry coaching? He's sorted out our set-piece problems before. Looks like the chemistry's off at the back due to new players, but still no excuse for the start of the season. He's still there, Anthony Barry. He's still over his clipboard from what I keep seeing. I'm sure that's what I keep seeing. But, dearie me. 24 hours, Thomas Tuchel has signed the right players that will prove his critics wrong. Who do we honestly think we're going to get across the line? Fofana's done. Pretty much done. Will he go for Aubameyang? Will Chelsea just go and throw money at Aubameyang now? Now we need goals. Or will they throw money at Man United and get Ronaldo? You spend 30 million on Ronaldo, 20 million, 25 million on Ronaldo. You get it back in the same season on shirt sales worldwide. And he does put the ball in the back of the net. But as I keep saying, and I've said it earlier, for you guys that are joining the stream now, Chelsea's had a lack of goals in the last 3 years. And go and get someone that guarantees you goals. Whether it's Aubameyang, whether it's Cristiano Ronaldo. But with Ronaldo, you need to change the way you play to look at his run first. That's the difference. Or get the ball wide and look for him. So, But yeah, London is Blue podcast has tweeted, surely Armando Broja deserves to start Chelsea's next game. He does. Broja must start against West Ham. Mix it up. Kai Havertz was nowhere today. He didn't look comfortable, wasn't on it, couldn't get involved in the game. Just stick Sterling wide left where he wants to play. Put Broja through the middle. And then put Ziyech on the right. And then back it up with Mason Mount, Kovacic, if you can get him fit for the weekend. And then, then you've got your midfield. Or you've got your Chilwell, and hopefully Reece James recovers from illness. Give them both the start. The midfield 4 is Chilwell, Mount, Kovacic and Reece James. A great midfield 4. Then your back 3, as we've said, Fofana, Silva, Koulibaly, and then a decision to be made. Will it be Mendy or will it be Kepa? I'd probably go with Kepa at the minute. I'd go with Kepa if it was me. But that's just me. Alonso, get them both. One injury, back to square one. Our team is incomplete. False 9 isn't working. God, dearie me. So every single one of us tomorrow, we're sitting here watching the transfer window, thinking, God, please, God, somebody. But honestly, I'll stick Broja in. I'll play Broja from the start against West Ham. I'll play Chilwell the whole game. I'll try to convince Kovacic to play the whole game. Sod the physios, play him the whole game. And then Reece James, hopefully, he's back after his illness. So, Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong is literally, the rumours are he's accepted a pay cut to stay at Barcelona. He didn't want to leave Barcelona. When they're trying to force him out, he said, well, you owe me 18 million euros. They've then tried to convince him to take a lower contract. And somehow, to stay at Barcelona, he's going to do it. Honestly, shocking. What an absolute shambles of a football club they are, Barcelona. I hope they go out of business. I really do. Yeah, I can imagine it's getting ugly big time on TalkSport and people like that. I've seen that Jamie O'Hara, the ex-Tottenham dude's on there, and I imagine he's having a whale of a time. I don't listen to stuff like that. It's like, the problem is you have a situation like this where, like, you know, the game finishes and all you do is turn it off. It puts you in a bad mood for the rest of the day. And the reason it puts you in a bad mood is because you're so frustrated, because you look at the squad that we've got and the strength in depth that we've got, and we should be challenging, 100% challenging. You just can't understand why we're not. And it's because of the formation. Mr. Richards says there was talks of Tuchel no new contract. Do you think we should hold off? Possibly. Possibly. Ian, I agree. Give Kepa a game. Mendy is at worry at the moment. He is. I think his confidence is gone. Mendy. So, yeah, I'll give Kepa a go against West Ham. But imagine if he makes a mistake. Imagine the outcry. It'll be horrific. Alonso, attacking front three. Sterling, Brozier and Gallagher. Do it, Thomas Tuchel. Sterling, Brozier, Gallagher. So one of the guys I follow on Twitter, Chris, has said, what Tuchel's had to deal with since he arrived at Chelsea is quite remarkable. However, he gets my backing, but he shouldn't escape criticism. Under Roman, he's been no doubt under pressure right now. I hope things settle quickly, because at the moment we're getting worse and the players are not improving. And that says it all. Says it all. We're getting worse. Players are not improving. And everything needs to settle down, one way or the other. So, you know, it's just there's so much frustration. There's so many questions. There's so many answers that we're looking for. That, have we got the answer to those questions? Have we got the answer to those questions within our squad already? That's what we're asking. Have we got the players here already to solve the problems that we've got within the squad currently? Brozier is one for me. I think give him a go. Next 5 games, give him a start. Next 5-10 games, play him week in, week out. Let's have a proper look at him and go from there. You need to have a settled back 4, or settled back 5, defensive line and the goalkeeper. Settled midfield 2, best 11, strongest that you believe it is the strongest 11 in the formation you want to play, that suit that formation, and go from there. Here's a question for you people. The Raheem Sterling signing. I think it'd be a great signing for us. I think he's literally going to be. He'll score lots of goals for us this season. But bringing him in to play wide, or start out wide, but not play through the middle, does his signing create a problem as far as the other players in the squad in certain positions? So, think of the 3-4-3 formation. You're thinking at the moment you're playing Kai Havertz for the middle, Sterling on the left, number 10, role, similar, sort of, Mason Mount up there with him. When everyone's fit, they play 3-4-3. as we've seen in recent weeks. Now, against Tottenham, outstanding. Worked fantastically well. But since then, it's been toilet. Absolute toilet. So, if you're going to play Sterling there, then you can only play one of Mount or Havertz there as the other number 10. If you play Sterling wide in a 4-3-3, 3 up top, him wide left, someone through the middle, and then Ziyech possibly, or Pulisic wide right, then you've got a 3-man midfield, and you're looking at either, if you play Kante and Kovacic when everyone's fit, who do you play? Mount? Do you play Loftus-Cheek? Do you play, who am I thinking of? Jorginho? Havertz? Because you've got to play Sterling. So that causes a bit of a problem when it comes to the options within the squad and how to fit everybody in. just asking a question, putting it out there. Tom says, we're coming in with another bid today off the player, $288,000 a week, De Jong. Terry says, in all his life in sports, if players are not improving, it's on the coaching. Ian says, sometimes seems like we should have had this all sorted pre-season instead of partying in Vegas. Bill Boy says, I don't want us to be the next Man United. It won't be like that. Clinton says he's heard the same thing that Tom said there. But yeah, so I'm not even going to look at Chelsea Twitter tonight. Not the. I used to have a setting on my Twitter tweet deck thing where I had like the hashtag CFC on there as a column. I had to remove it because of just the toxic, honestly, the toxic nature of the global fan base. When something goes wrong, they're all quiet when we play well. They shut up and don't say nothing. But when it goes the other way, they're all out in force, all of them. So Thomas Tuchel also said, we have no time to be patient. We never have time. In top-level sport, there's no time. We need to find a solution until Saturday. Oh, hold on. Okay, so on Twitter, somebody, George Addo Jr., there's video footage of the players walking over to the Chelsea supporters, all of them, and Pulisic storming off down the tunnel. It's not going to help his situation at all, is it? I understand he's got the ump. He's probably got the ump with himself a lot because what he kept trying to do didn't work, and he hasn't got the confidence at the moment, Christian Pulisic. But he's obviously not happy. I expect a transfer request to go in tonight from Pulisic ahead of tomorrow. Because it's not working at the moment. And there's rumours that he asked to go out and Bowley said, no, I want you to stay here. So, we'll see. See what happens anyway. So, people, it's now 11:15 at night. I'm going to call it a day. So I really appreciate every single one of you that joined the live match commentary. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining the coverage after the game and having your opinions. Try to read out as many as possible. And thank you so much for the super chats, mainly Alonso. Really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much. So I'll be back with a video later this week. And I'm not sure. I think are Chelsea on the telly on the weekend? If they are, I'll try to get to the match commentary, depending on what time it is. I'm supposed to be going to a kid's birthday party at I think around 1 o'clock or something like that. So, anyway. Guys, I'll see you all next time. But thank you so much for joining. Please show your support by liking the video, subscribe to the channel, and have a look around. Anyway, take care of yourselves. Don't be too downhearted. Hopefully we'll bounce back. And change will be made. We'll see. Take care of yourselves. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. See ya.